We are live at Coletco for Tuesday night's live Facebook record sale. The box turned red there for a second. We might need to plug in our hardwire connection, but it may be okay. So, when you're on and watching, thank you and welcome. It is 10 minutes after 7. I just got the email saying we're live. Let's get this rolling. Let's get it shared. Let's go here to groups, and there, and there, and there. And let's copy link. Let's get this shared in a lot of different places. There's one. Live now. Okay, and let's get it shared on. I'm not going to do this fast tonight because we didn't have a hot picture. Well, I had the picture of the sticker Nazi, but that's it. Tuesday, we've got new vinyl, just one crate. Most of it starts coming the rest of the week, tomorrow and Thursday. And we've got how many crates of vintage now? That's 4, 3, 6, 7. 7 crates of vintage, but tonight we don't have as much new vinyl. So, this means that we're going to have a lot of vintage tonight. But we will go back new vinyl. I'm officially can talk right now. Sorry, I've been stalling as usual. Okay. It is 7:12. 7:12. And we're about to start showing some records. I did have a flip video. For yesterday. I'll grab yesterday's newest new vinyl. We'll probably go through some of this back here and see what we have. Maybe some stuff I hadn't shown in a couple weeks. Let's see. REM. Wow, we got some awesome auction items over here. Black Sabbath, lots of REM, Marvin Gaye's, Queens, and Sparks, and possibly some Hendrix here, it looks like. Let's see. Okay, so I think this crate we went through to start the show yesterday. Let's go through this crate back here in the back. I'll probably do a switcheroo here to make this the right way. Push this forward. Push this one over. Push this one back. And we'll start with this crate of new model. Right here. Okay. And I'll put this back up here. So, Tuesday night, we had a great sale last night. We had so much we didn't even really get through everything. And then we had even more price today. We still hadn't shown the putbacks. We still hadn't really got into any new Japanese stuff for this week. And we got great auctions that we've pulled out from tonight's batches. So, great stuff as always. I'll go ahead and start with this warm-up crate and start showing stuff. Yeah, we might auction that. So, we got the All-Star game on here too, or at least Seth does. I didn't really know what. I don't know if I've ever watched an All-Star game. Okay, so let's see what we have in here. The Ozzy and Motorhead. I don't have any to show you because we've sold out. There'll be more here tomorrow or Thursday. That's Ozzy and Motorhead Hellraiser. It's a 10-inch, pretty much a single. It's Ozzy doing Hellraiser, Lemmy doing Hellraiser, and then it's like a mashup on side B. Sly and the Family Stone. There's a riot going on. This is $31.99. It's on red vinyl. Sly and the Family Stone. There's a riot going on. That is $31.99. That's on red vinyl. I also have Weird Al Yankovic Story, Weird. That's a 2 LP on pink vinyl, 46 tracks. That is $44.99. The Weird Al Yankovic Story, that's our last copy of both of those. I still have in stock Ghost, which this one is Phantom Mind. That's their newest EP on tan vinyl. $26.99 for Ghost. $26.99 for Ghost. I've got 5 of those still left. The newest Jethro Tull release, Rock Flute. That's the 23rd studio album by Jethro Tull, $38.99, Rock Flute. That's on clear vinyl, $38.99. This was a big seller when we originally had it for Music on Vinyl. We've got a few more here, and this is, we need a block. That's a bot trying to add people. Rachel Johnson. Yeah, that's on Facebook. That's a bot. Just ignore that, Rachel. I blocked an account with that same name the other night. That's a bot that's trying to randomly friend people for spam, so just ignore that. Sorry about that. It happens really, they do it a lot during the odd times of the night, so people wake up to it. It happens a lot like at 3 and 4 a.m. They'll be going through these old live streams trying to send people messages, and don't ever accept those. So, Power Mad, Absolute Power, $38.99. Power Mad, Absolute Power, $38.99. White Stripes Elephant, that's the 20th anniversary limited edition. That is on like the red and black colored vinyl. Last copy of that, Elephant by the White Stripes. And by the way, the Power Mad is limited to 1,000 on silver vinyl. I don't know if I mentioned that. One of the very popular Now series, this is called the Yearbook. It's 1978. Yearbook is a triple LP on colored vinyl. It's hits from 1978. That's what that is, $59.99. Moby Play is $39.99. Moby Play, $39.99. When all the Moby reissues come out, we sold a lot of those. Bob Marley Exodus. This is one of those Tough Gong Jamaican pressings. They're numbered 3684, and this one's numbered 3685. Quintessential serial numbers, $36.99. We have Dead Kennedys, Plastic Surgery Disasters. Dead Kennedys, $26.99. Tool Opiate is $23.99. $23.99 for Tool Opiate. Kraftwerk, The Man Machine, and that is on red vinyl. That is on red vinyl. Kraftwerk is $31.99. This is Kanye Ye, $33.99. Kanye Ye, $33.99. Jailbreak, Thin Lizzy, new and sealed. Great sounding record. I've got multiple versions of this. This one sounds pretty good, $36.99. Paul Simon Graceland, pressed at RTI. What's this still doing here? Paul Simon Graceland, $34.99. Another Kanye West, this is late registration, $41.99. That's a 2 LP. Tool Undertow, $33 for Tool Undertow. Queen's Greatest Hits is $39.99, and this is still available as the half-speed master. Queen's Greatest Hits, $39.99. Greta Van Fleet, From the Fires. Greta Van Fleet is $33.99. I don't think we're on YouTube right now, Tanner. I think, actually, I know the connection. It says connected to YouTube, 32 viewers, but we're still getting Facebook comments, so I'm not really for sure. I hadn't seen a YouTube comment since Craig said YouTube test, so, but it's weird. It says the only thing we're connected to is YouTube, so. Is YouTube working? How about everybody gives me a good test comment? Just, you can say test, where you're watching from, wherever. But my feed looks kind of weird right now. Sean says, he noticed. Yeah, I was like, there for a while, if I don't see any red, if I don't see enough red dots on there, it's like, what's going on? Usually there's pretty equal balance between YouTube and Facebook comments. Yeah, we just plugged in our hardwired Ethernet connection, so it probably will swap over right quick. So you may get a glitch. You may even have to click out right quick. All right, so let me make sure I didn't miss anything. If you're just joining us, we're going through our first crate, pretty much a warm-up bin, as I call it, just a crate that was already here on the table. So Rachel Johnson's a bot. Yes, I got that. Rachel Johnson has been removed. That wasn't a real person. That was probably somebody in a far distant country like Russia trying to get your information, which Facebook already has anyway. Metallica is $39.99. That's the Black Album. Five Finger Death Punch is on Crimson Red Vinyl, $36.99. $36.99 for Five Finger Death Punch. Robert Plant, Osaka, that's a 2 LP live unofficial from Robert Plant, $44.99. Warrant, Dog Eat Dog, $44.99. Blues Traveler is $79.99. This is live and acoustic fall of 1997, $79.99. John Lee Hooker Burnin', that's on red vinyl from Kraft, $36.99. John Burlingame wants Robert Plant Osaka. That's sold to Robert Plant. We have, that's sold to John Burlingame, Robert Plant. I do that a lot. POD Satellite, $36.99. A Love Supreme, John Coltrane, $36.99. Shane Devers wants Five Finger Death Punch. If Robert Plant is watching right now, I want to say thank you for all of the great music you've put out in the last 50, 60 years. We are highly appreciative, Mr. Robert Plant. I've also sold a lot of your records, new and used. So if you ever want to come visit Collectco for a photo op, for publicity for you and us, we would greatly appreciate it, Mr. Robert Plant. And Jimmy Page. And John Paul Jones. And if y'all want to show up with your instruments and play a concert in the parking lot, that would be really good for everybody. So, did I see Science on here yesterday? Yes, it's right here. Incubus Science is $39.99. Incubus Science is $39.99. Okay, so we have Sly and the Family Stone. There's a riot going on. Weird Al, Ghost, Jethro Tull, Power Mad, White Stripes, Now, Moby Play, Bob Marley, Exodus, Dead Kennedys, Tool, Kraftwerk, Kanye, Ye, Jailbreak, Thin Lizzy, Paul Simon, Graceland, Kanye again, Tool, Queen, Greta Van Fleet, that is on black vinyl from The Fires, $33.99. Metallica, The Black Album, Warrant, Blues Traveler, John Lee Hooker, POD, and Love Supreme, John Coltrane. The reason that was brought out is because we went through a lot of jazz yesterday. Sold quite a bit too. All right, let's go through a crate of new vinyl. That's usually how we officially begin the show. We've got new vinyl, restocks, new releases, and stuff we've never had before. So let's go through this and see what we have. Then I'll start our first crate of vintage and probably our auctions. All right, so we do have more Taylor Swift Speak Now. I don't think I've actually got to show these live where I can say, okay, we have them available where we can actually put your name on one if you don't have one already. This is Taylor Swift Speak Now, Taylor's version, 3 LP, marbled orchid vinyl, 6 previously unreleased songs. That is $49.99 for Taylor Swift. I have Tenacious D and The Pick of Destiny, $36.99. We actually did have a waiting list for that, but I didn't pull it. But first, we're going to pull Tara Jokumstaller, a Incubus. Tara, that's so to you. Thank you. And we just need to set that aside. There was somebody on a waiting list for Tenacious D. I do have one extra, and those are $36.99. I forgot. I don't think there's anything else in here we had a waiting list for except that. John Howard says he'll take a Tenacious D. So, John Howard, there's a Tenacious D for you. And there was somebody with a waiting list. I forgot. Science, please, not. Which one? Oh, I gave her the wrong Incubus. Thank you. Glad you caught that. I got you for Science. Sorry. I'm putting this back. If anybody does want light grenades, it's $34.99. $34.99. So John Howard got Tenacious D. I've got back in stock Disturbed, 10,000 Fist, $31.99. Actually, I think James Bragg, there's a reason I have 2 of those. I think James Bragg was on a waiting list for that too. I'll check that though. So one copy of Disturbed, 10,000 Fist, $31.99. Disturbed, 10,000 Fist, $31.99. Now, I know there's not a waiting list for this, but I only ordered one to see how many I maybe needed. This is Skid Row. It is on silver vinyl, $39.99. It's from Friday Music. Now, the distributor I got these from actually said that this is an exclusive color to their company, to their distribution. So, Skid Row, I've got one, but I know I can get pretty much as many as I want of these until they're gone. So, I'm pretty much taking names. On Skid Row, self-titled. That's from Friday Music, sealed on gray vinyl. I can't show it to you because it's in there, but it is on gray vinyl. That's Skid Row, and that is $39.99. So pretty much taking names for that if anybody wants one. If anybody wants a Skid Row, we've got it. Okay, so Ken Crooker on Skid Row. He was first to this one. We got Brian Tyler. We've also got Todd Tipton. On number 2, 2 people on the waiting list, and Alice Lowry gets Disturbed on that. I've got some Rammstein, which I don't think ever had, maybe in at least this year. This is Rammstein Mutter, $49.99, 2 LP, 180 gram heavyweight vinyl, Rammstein, $49.99. Now, I listen to their music, but also they put on some incredible concerts. Rammstein Mutter, 2 LP, $49.99. I've got two of those. I got two of those available. First time I've ever been able to show this live because of high allocations and high demand, and that's Queens of the Stone Age in Times New Roman. And the version I have that I was able to finally secure is silver vinyl. Silver vinyl. So Queens of the Stone Age in Times New Roman. If you don't have one of these already, $46.99. That is on silver vinyl. It's been out for 3 weeks now. First time I've actually got to show them live. I say I have them on colored vinyl. So Alice Lowry was the first there on Disturbed. Crafty Wants Mutter by Rammstein. That's so to Crafty. And we have Rebecca Barber on Rammstein as well. So both of those Rammsteins are sold. Mutter and Mutter. John Howard on Queens of the Stone Age. We'll put Paul Brothers on a waiting list for Rammstein. That's Rammstein Mutter for Paul Brothers. Queens of the Stone Age also sold to Monica Malley. So this is Queens of the Stone Age in Times New Roman, silver vinyl, $46.99. I think I've got 4 or 5 or 6 there left. That's the only color I for sure can get it on, and that may be the last of the last. Ryan Bingham, Mescalito, $49.99. Ryan Bingham, Mescalito, $49.99. Only copy I have. It's back ordered. Allison Campbell wants Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, that's sold to Allison Campbell. The Taylor Swift is on purple marbled, or I think orchid marble vinyl, 3 LP, $49.99. And that's the newest release, Speak Now, Taylor's version. Allison Campbell just got one. We have Dio, Holy Diver, $44.99. Dio, Holy Diver. I don't have anything by Crown Lands. I think it's all on back order again. I do have it ordered, though. We're just waiting on it. Dio, Holy Diver, $44.99. Another Rammstein. This one is self-titled, $49.99. 2 LP heavyweight vinyl with 6 art prints. This also has 6 lithographs with it, $49.99. Rammstein. And that's the only other one. They don't have a lot available. Most of it's back ordered, and I was glad I was able to get what I had tonight. So that one's $49.99. It's the only copy I have. And with that one, I don't think it's like I just ordered one. I think that was the only one I could get, but we can definitely take a waiting list for it. Because that means if it was in stock, they may be getting more. So I got to say Rammstein in an angry German accent. I'll try it again. I think there's another one in here. Jennifer Smeaton also on a Rammstein. So we'll put Jennifer on a waiting list for Rammstein. Okay. Paul's Boutique is $36.99. So, Jennifer, we got you on a waiting list for that one. Paul's Boutique, $36.99 from the Beastie Boys. Another copy of Tool Undertow. Where's that other copy we had? That was in our warm-up bin. I didn't realize we still had a copy laying around here. That's why I ordered another one. But Tool Undertow, this has their, probably one of their biggest songs, Sober. I know when you look up it on iTunes and Spotify, Sober is usually their top streaming. So, Tool Undertow, 2 LP, $33.99. Good luck finding an OG. Very tough to find. Very expensive. Zach Biley on BB for Beastie Boys. Todd Tipton wants on the waiting list for both Rammsteins. And Fred Carnell wants on the waiting list for Rammstein Mutter. I figured those would be popular. I'm glad I was able to get those. And 3-6 Mafia, The End. 3-6 Mafia, 2 LP, $44.99 on 3-6 Mafia. So here's what's left in here. Taylor Swift, Speak Now, Taylor's version. And speaking of Taylor Swift, for those that don't know, we've got about 7 other albums in stock. We have Speak Now, Taylor's version. Red, Taylor's version. Fearless, Taylor's version. Evermore, Folklore, Lover, and I think the newest album, Midnight. So lots of Taylor in stock. Paul Brothers wants on both Rammstein waiting list. We have Queens of the Stone Age in Times New Roman. In Times New Roman, that's on silver vinyl, $46.99. Those have been tough to get. Brian Bingham, Mescalito, $49.99. Dio Holy Diver, $44.99. Tool Undertow, $33.99, and 3-6 Mafia, The End, $44.99. We had Rammstein Self-Titled and Rammstein Mutter. So if you're just hopping on and you missed the Rammsteins, that's Rammstein Mutter and Rammstein's Greatest Hits. All right, let's go to our first crate of vintage. The moment you've all been waiting for. New check condition arrivals. Let's see what we have in here. Ooh, I like that album. Good stuff, it looks like. As usual, check condition stuff. We'll go ahead and get our first auction started. Heavy vintage night tonight. We will go through a lot of new vinyl, but it will be, new vinyl will be probably a lot of recaps. We only had that one crate of new vinyl, but the stuff we go through, it'll be some stuff. I may go over here and crate up some stuff in the alphabetical order section, stuff I know for sure you hadn't seen in a while, because I've been making videos. That's been popular. I've almost went through the whole alphabet. I've had a series of videos posted in our group where I've went through pretty much the entire alphabet, but I hadn't finished yet. Joseph Snow, I got you down for Ryan Bingham. Thank you, Joseph Snow. Okay, let's go through new vintage check conditions. Here we go. Three Dog Night, It Ain't Easy. Three Dog Night is VG plus $14.99. Three Dog Night, VG plus $14.99. Jimmy Smith, Respect. Jimmy Smith is VG plus $14.99. VG plus $14.99. Rammstein, this is VG, $9.99. Did I just say Rammstein? How did that happen? That's Madonna. Whoa. Chalk that up as an interesting faux pas. Let's see what we got over here. I need to take a break after that when we put up some auctions. You okay, Moose? All right. We have Rush, Caress of Steel. Rush, Caress of Steel. First auction of the night. Rush, Caress of Steel. John put a 53 pressing. I think he meant 83. Or is that something I don't know about? I know this album came out before 53 or after 53. This is a 1975. I think he might have meant an 83. I don't think this was pressed in 53. Or that might be some kind of pressing, a 53 pressing. I think he meant 83. Wow. All right, so this is our first auction. I haven't had a vintage copy of this in a while. Rush, Caress of Steel. I believe, according to what he was trying to say, is this is a 1983 pressing. It has the original Mercury inner sleeve with it. That is the original Mercury inner sleeve, and it's very clean. It's got some scuffing right here. Master disc and the dead wax looks very nice. So, Rush, Caress of Steel. $35 start on Rush, Caress of Steel. And then REM Green, very nice. 1988 specialty press. 1988 specialty press with the original inner sleeve. $45 start. So OG REM here in shrink wrap with the original inner sleeve, and this is a $45 start. $45 start, REM Green. All right. So Madonna was a 12-inch single. That is Angel and Into the Groove. That's a 2-track single, Angel and Into the Groove. VG, $9.99. Okay, so make sure I didn't miss anything here. Any Prime Day deals? Possibly. We might do a blowout on a couple things since it is Prime Day. I do have a couple titles I've been looking at thinking to sell out. Okay, Rush is at 40. Madonna, we have the Turtles, Happy Together. So Happy Together. That is VG plus $14.99. The Turtles on the White Whale label. The Charlie Daniels Band, Full Moon. Charlie Daniels Band is VG plus $14.99. Boston, a VG copy, $14.99. That's on the original label, VG, and that is $14.99. Boston self-titled. The Eagles Greatest Hits Volume 2. Eagles Greatest Hits Volume 2, VG Plus, $19.99. Eagles Greatest Hits Volume 2. That's VG Plus condition, $19.99. Ray Charles, True to Life. Ray Charles is VG Plus condition, $14.99. True to Life. I don't know if I've ever seen that one. The cover is about VG or VG minus. Fleetwood Mac Rumors, VG Plus, $22.99. Fleetwood Mac Rumors, VG Plus, $22.99. Alice Lowry, first on Charlie Daniels Band. That's sold to Alice Lowry. We do have a bid of $40 on Rush, Caress of Steel. That's going once, going twice to Mark Fallon. This is First Vibration. This is a compilation. VG Plus, $9.99. The Animals, Hoyt Axton, The Beatles, Buffalo Springfield, The Byrds, Canned Heat, Chanted Jeremy, Genesis, Jefferson Airplane, and others. That's VG Plus, $9.99. Nicholas Johnson, first on the Fleetwood Mac Rumors. That's so to Nicholas Johnson. Yes, Fragile, VG Plus, $14.99. Some great titles in here. VG Plus, $14.99. Todd Tipton said he'll take the Eagles, and I'm getting out of here. I think that means he wants the Eagles, and he's got to maybe sign off for a second. That's so to Todd Tipton. I hope you're not done for the night. We're just getting started. Teenage Guitars Go Civil War. Gloria Kennedy and her 3 electric guitars. Interesting. EX, $59.99. $59.99. Teenage Guitars Go Civil War. EX, $59.99. Gloria Kennedy and her 3 electric guitars. John Smetzer said yes. He wasn't just saying it to say it. He was wanting to buy Yes Fragile. That's so to John Smetzer. We also have Head East, Flat as a Pancake, featuring their hit song Never Been Any Reason. This is a VG copy, $9.99 for Head East, Flat as a Pancake. Hamilton Camp, Here's to You. Hamilton Camp is EX, $19.99. EX, $19.99. And Chicago's Greatest Hits, VG Plus, $14.99. Feeling Stronger Every Day. Beginnings, Make Me Smile, Wishing You Were Here. Call on Me, 25 or 624. Saturday in the Park, Just You and Me. You got to have that one. New bid on Rush. I was just about to do the final call. Jim Stafford's at 41. Mark Fallon, you have been outbid. REM Green is a $35 start. That's in shrink wrap, OG Press. Final call. I think it has the track list hype sticker on the back too. Actually, that's actually on the cover. That's actually on the cover that has the track list. So that is a 35 final call for that. James Lee Farrell on Chicago. That's sold to James Lee Farrell. Do you have Boys to Men on vinyl? I think we did last night, but we sold it. We had it in the vintage bin. Chad and Jeremy, Distant Shores, is a VG Plus, $9.99 for Chad and Jeremy. George Thorogood and the Destroyers, Bad to the Bone, VG Plus, $14.99. Both of the Rammsteins were $49.99. Both Rammsteins were $49.99. George Thorogood, Bad to the Bone. Arthur Conley, Soul Directions, EX, $24.99. Includes the big hit Funky Street. That's EX, $24.99. Mark Fallon, let me know if you're in or out on Rush, because if not, we're going to sell that in just a moment to Jim Stafford for $41. Chuck Wilson's in on REM for $35, and Peter Espinoza wants the George Thorogood. That's so to Peter. Kevin Black Fox, you were second. Coming of an Age, and this is the 5-man electrical band. 5-man electrical band, VG Plus, $19.99. 5-man electrical band, VG Plus, $19.99. Introducing the Beau Brummels. That's a VG copy, $14.99. Mark's out on Rush. So that means final call, Jim Stafford. You probably are going to get Rush Caress of Steel. Final call, though. We don't get that one too often as a vintage copy. Final call at $41. REM Green is near mint and pristine. It's a very nice copy in shrink wrap with the original inner sleeve. It's very nice. High bid on that is with Chuck Wilson at $35. That's also going twice, going 3 times, unless we have a new bid. Slow Train Coming, Bob Dylan. EX Condition, $32.99. EX Condition, $32.99. Don Convey, Super Dude 1. VG Plus, $19.99. VG Plus, $19.99. Chuck, you're out on REM. Mark has bid $36. Original soundtrack to Zachariah. Zachariah features Country Joe and the Fish, James Gang, Doug Kershaw, New York Rock and Roll Ensemble, White Lightning, and Elvin Jones. That's a VG, $9.99. 5-man electrical band does not have signs on it. Not on that one. Elton John Caribou, VG Plus, $17.99 for Elton John Caribou. And Cheech and Chong's Greatest Hit, VG copy, $14.99. All right, we got a $37 bid on REM and now $40 and a $38. So Chuck has it for $40. Let's go ahead and sell Rush Caress of Steel for $41 to Jim Stafford. That's so to Jim for $41. I will set this right here. I'll put this right here. Brian Tyler wants Cheech and Chong. REM Green's now at $41. The Eagles Hotel California. This is a VG copy for $14.99. Hotel California also has the original inner sleeve with it. Gatefold, of course. Gary Samuels, you were second on Cheech and Chong. The Music Machine featuring Talk Talk, VG copy for $19.99. The Music Machine featuring Talk Talk. That's a VG copy, $19.99. Messages from the Status Quo featuring Pictures of Matchstick Men. A VG copy on that, $19.99. Peter Espinoza on the Eagles. Peter, you were first to Hotel California. Yvonne DiCarlo Sings. VG Plus, $19.99 from 1957. From 1957, Yvonne DiCarlo Sings. VG Plus, $19.99. So, Charlie DeFrank and Chuck Wilson, you're both out on REM. Mark Fallon has that at 41. Essentially, this is a Traffic album. Steve Winwood, Dave Mason, Chris Wood, Jim Capaldi. Welcome to the Canteen. VG Plus, $14.99. VG Plus, $14.99. Ken Crooker wants the Yvonne. That's owed to Ken Crooker. Peter Espinoza wants Status Quo. So Yvonne sold to Ken. Peter got Status Quo. Thomas Bowman, you were second on Yvonne. Chuck's out on REM. Charlie DeFrank's at 42. Marshall Tucker Band, Carolina Dreams. VG Plus, $17.99. And Carole King, Rhymes and Reasons. VG Plus, $9.99. One rush is sold. Let's put up another. This is a 1984 Columbia House Club copy in shrink wrap of the hidden classic, Grace Under Pressure. $35 start. Vinyl is near mint minus. The cover's in shrink wrap. Nice copy. $35 start on Rush, Grace Under Pressure. High bid on REM is at 42 with Charlie DeFrank. The Rolling Stones, Emotional Rescue. This is EX, $32.99. Very nice copy as EX. We also have Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks, VG Plus, $24.99. One of the more easier to sell Bob Dylan albums for sure. Blood on the Tracks, VG Plus, $24.99. ELO's Greatest Hits is a VG Plus, $14.99. Brian C. on the Rolling Stones, that's sold to Brian C. And the Go-Go's Vacation. The Go-Go's Vacation, EX condition, $17.99. The Go-Go's Vacation. I'm going to read through those titles very quickly one more time. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more crates of new vintage stuff to go through. And like I said, we'll probably do some recapping of some new vinyl as well. But we'll probably go straight into another vintage bin right after this. Mark Fallon, let me know if you're in or out on REM. Charlie DeFrank has that for 42. And Rush is a $35 start if anybody wants in on that. So, one more quick run through on these. Three Dog Night, It Ain't Easy. Jimmy Smith, Respect. Madonna Angel, that's a 12-inch singles. The Turtles, Happy Together. Boston, self-titled. Ray Charles, True to Life. First Vibration, that was a compilation. Teenage Guitars. Head East, Flat as a Pancake. Hamilton Camp. Chad and Jeremy. Arthur Conley. Five-Man Electrical Band. The Beau Brummels. Bob Dylan, Slow Train Coming. Don Convey. Zachariah Soundtrack. Elton John, Caribou. The Music Machine. Traffic, Marshall Tucker Band, Carole King, Bob Dylan, ELO's Greatest Hits, and Go-Go's Vacation. How much was Music Machine? Rod Wagner. The Music Machine is VG $19.99. VG $19.99. Can I get a copy of Tool Undertow? You can. Tool Undertow, I've got one copy left now. Tool Undertow is sold to Jim Stafford. I got one left. That is a 2LP. And Rod Wagner said sold on the Music Machine. And next we've got, what was the comp? The comp was called First Vibration. It's called First Vibration. And yes, it is studio tracks. I see Somebody to Love, Jefferson Airplane, Canned Heat, Dancer, Things to Come, Peanut Butter Conspiracy, Hoyt Axton, The Byrds, Red House by Jimi Hendrix, The Beatles, Nowhere Man. Wow. You don't see the Beatles on a lot of comps. That's a VG Plus, $9.99. If you pay attention, you won't see a lot of Beatles tracks or Pink Floyd or Led Zeppelin. A lot of those bands, you won't see them on compilations because licensing, and they just didn't really put a lot of their stuff out there because it was so incredible, right, Moose? Can't go wrong with Pink Floyd. Whew. Let's see here. Next, is, Kelly said she'll take it. Yes, Yvonne DiCarlo was Lily Munster. That's why that record sold. When we sold it, I was like, dang. I was hoping nobody would buy that because I do collect Munster stuff, and that just slipped through my hands. So congratulations to whoever got that. I would have kept that. I still hadn't found that Munsters record, though. Some people sent me some links of them, but I'm waiting to find one in one of our collections. I like discovering stuff in these collections we buy. Undertow is $33.99. Kelly said she'll take the comp. Arm Lizelle asked a question about OG REM. We were still waiting anyway to hear from Charlie DeFrank. This is a 1988 OG specialty press in shrink wrap. Has the track listing sticker on the back of the cover. It's in the original inner sleeve. And this is $43 with Mark Fallon. REM is OG. $43 with Mark Fallon. Rush, final call if you want to get a bid on it at $35. If not, it will be a buy it now. It will be a buy it now. And we didn't pull Kelly's comp. Kelly's comp. First vibration. That's sold to Kelly Bagwell. Arm Lazelle's in on REM at $45. Next is... what is this? Sunny Chris, warm and sunny. Sunny Chris is $9.99, warm and sunny. All Day Thumbsucker. This is $19.99. I think this is another compilation from Blue Thumb Records. I think that's another compilation. Maybe not, though. I'm not for sure. Featuring Icantina, T-Rex. Yeah, this is a compilation. All Day Thumbsucker, $19.99. Crafty wants It Ain't Easy. That might have been a claim. Three Dog Night. I think that's the first record in the claim, or in the bin. Sorry. I saw you put It Ain't Easy, but I thought you were just making just a statement. It ain't easy. That is sold to Crafty. So, multiple bids again on REM. Let's go ahead and make Rush a buy it now, because I got more auctions to get started. Rush, Grace Under Pressure, is the most disrespected Rush album of all time. $35 buy it now, Grace Under Pressure. And it has some fantastic songs on it, like the one where he's singing Binary Code. I guess that's the Body Electric. And let's see. Yeah, I guess it's called the Body Electric. $35 buy it now on that. In shrink wrap. Wow. Next is Fairport Convention, A Movable Feast. Fairport Convention, $19.99. John Smetzer takes Rush for $35. So high bid on REM is Arm Lizelle at $45. Charlie DeFrank's out. And Mark Fallon's out. Red Sector A is a good one too. Sirius, Coleman Hawkins. Coleman Hawkins is $19.99. Sirius, Coleman Hawkins. And Image, Lee Konitz with Strings. And Image, Lee Konitz, $29.99. We have Count Basie and Joe Williams, Just the Blues, $9.99. Count Basie and Joe Williams, Just the Blues. Nat King Cole, Just One of Those Things. Nat King Cole is $9.99. $45 on REM. Bing Crosby, Seasons, $9.99. Sean Fairweather on CB. That was the Count Basie. That's sold to Sean Fairweather. Quiet Village, the exotic sounds of Martin Denny, $9.99 for Martin Denny. The Who, this is a 2-in-1. Two tough albums to get to. Magic Bus and The Who Sings My Generation. That is $39.99. That is a 2-in-1. High bid on REM is $46. Well, I have another REM to auction, but we can't do two REMs at the same time. Actually, I got three over here. We've had I may just put these in the bin. I don't know how many more over here I want to auction exactly. I may put this up. It's not OG, but we do have a hard time finding clean copies of this. This is Allman Brothers, self-titled. It's on a red Polydor label, probably early 70s reissue, early or mid-70s, 1973. 1973, Polydor. So this album originally came out on Atco as a gatefold. This is a very nice LP, though, the Allman Brothers, and I think they were test playing this in the back the other day. It was on the turntable when I walked through. Red Polydor, 1973, $35 start on that. That is a great album. REM's at $47. Mark Fallon's at $47 on REM. We have No other claims. So let me go back to the bin. Herbie Mann, The Beat Goes On. I've never seen this Herbie Mann. Has a DJ copy sticker on the front. $14.99. White label promo. Herbie Mann, The Beat Goes On. Charlie DeFrank is at $50 on REM. We have Poll Winners 3. Barney Kessel, Shelly Mann, and Ray Brown. $34.99 for Poll Winners 3. Rachel, R-A-T, Rachel. I guess that's how you say that. Rachel 2, or is that just a fancy way of saying Rachel? Rachel or Rachel 2. That is $19.99. Colin Butler, first on Herbie Mann. That promo copy there. We have 2 bids at $50. Charlie DeFrank was first. We got a 3-way bidding. Charlie DeFrank, Arm Lazelle, and Mark Fallon all still bidding on that. Les McCann, Plays the Truth. Les McCann is $19.99. Les McCann is $19.99. Bob Prescott presents Cartoons in Stereo. Cartoons in Stereo. That is $14.99. Bob Prescott. Molly Hatchet. This is their first album, self-titled, in shrink wrap, $19.99. We had a copy of that last night. And Elvis Burning Glove, $9.99. Tanner, it looks like you're looking for something. Looking for something?
You have a live throwing copper.
Live throwing copper, yes. Throwing copper live throwing copper, I have it. That'll give me a good opportunity to show another one. Oh, all those throwing coppers and accidentally pull out a Rolling Stones. I'll show both of them. If anybody else wants a copy of Live Throwing Copper, that is $33.99. I'm down to 5 more copies again. That has become one of our best-selling albums of all time, Live Throwing Copper. It's fantastic. Moose said he really likes it too, so that means it's good. Tonight, we have Tanner. We have Seth is here. Before he gets fired, he's here right now. And we have a special guest, Logan Vance, a.k.a. Moose. And Moose is kind of our in-house Pink Floyd expert and fan. This guy, if you need to know anything about Pink Floyd, just tag him in the group, Logan Vance. He can tell you. Oh my gosh. I thought I knew a lot about Pink Floyd. This guy, it's incredible. The start on the Allman Brothers is a $35 start. John Young knows the Beatles. Logan Vance knows Pink Floyd. Jennifer says she'll take a copy of Live Throwing Copper, $33.99. That's sold to Jennifer. Next is, I moved that out of the way. This hadn't sold yet. High bid on REM. High bid on REM is RM Lazelle. REM is with RM Lazelle. $51 is the high bid. Next is Fred Carnell says he'll take the Molly Hatchet. That's sold to Fred Carnell. You have a copy of Molly Hatchet every night. Yes, Molly Hatchet is if we've bought collections in the Tennessee area, they're going to have Molly Hatchet in it. They were kind of popular here in the South throughout the 70s. Sort of popular. There's a lot of them. This is a 1973 red Polydor pressing. Non-gatefold, it's a 73 red Polydor label. $35 start on that. REM is now at $53. Back to the bin. Jimmy Cliff. Jimmy Cliff is $9.99. Jimmy Cliff is $9.99. Windmills of Your Mind, Bud Shank. Windmills of Your Mind, Bud Shank. That is $9.99. We have, this is Snakes. The Snakes, $9.99. The Snakes, self-titled, that is $9.99. And the Isley's Greatest Hits, that's cool. It's Your Thing, Do What You Want to Do. This is in shrink wrap, $22.99. The Isley's Greatest Hits on T-neck in shrink wrap, $22.99. Probably more on the EX Plus side, just peeking at it. I see a couple of sleeve scuffs, but not so bad on that. And Chris Christopherson, Jesus Was a Capricorn, $14.99. So, Green was at 52. Charlie bid 53. Logan said, sorry guys that Chad lied. I'm an Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath expert, not a Pink Floyd fan. Now, who do you going to believe, Logan or me? That's the big question. Alan Hevelone on JC, which was Jimmy Cliff. That sold to Alan. John Young says he's not going to make fun of Seth anymore. He pulled up in a Jod Charger with a cut-off T-shirt. Seth had John Young intimidated. Little does he know about Seth. That is true. Seth drives a Camaro, and he usually wears cut-off sleeve T-shirts. And so, yeah, so I guess, John, trust me, you have nothing to worry about with Seth. Yeah, he'll just pass out. If he were to get in a confrontation with you, he would faint before he could throw a punch. REM's at 56 with Mark Fallon, and now they're at 60. R.M. Lozelle said, "Pow!" He's doing all the Batman stuff. He said zap earlier, and pow. Next is going to be bang. R.M. Lozelle's at 60. We have Grand Funk. We're an American band, $24.99. John Young had like a Stranger Things, like that episode where I guess Billy makes his first appearance on Stranger Things. He pulls up into the Scorpions music with the blue jean jacket on, and that's kind of Seth's appearance yesterday. I guess he was you trying to intimidate John Young? Is that John? Seth said he didn't even know you was here. I told Seth and Tanner that you were here, or that you was wanting to meet them, or you was wanting to meet them, but they didn't know you were actually here from Maryland. So that's what happened. Okay, so let me make sure I'm not missing anything and all that. Then I'll get back on normal pace here. So REM's at 60. Ken Crooker wanted the snakes from earlier. Siri thinks I'm trying to talk to her. Ken Crooker wants snakes. R.M. Lozelle, or Charlie DeFrank's at 61 on REM, now 62, and now bang, 65 of REM with R.M. Lozelle. Michael Nesbitt, the Infinite Rider on the Big Dogma. Michael Nesbitt is $19.99. And Sherelle Affair. Sherelle? Yeah, in shrink wrap of hype sticker, that is $14.99. And a 12-inch single of Sweet Pea and Jazzy Joyce, $9.99. It's My Beat. Let's go ahead and make the Allman Brothers a buy it now. The Allman Brothers buy it now is a $35. Somebody needs to get this if you don't own it already. I don't recommend a lot of records. Actually, I recommend everything we ever sell. But if you want a personal recommendation, I recommend the Allman Brothers self-titled. If you're not too familiar, if you know you like the Allman Brothers, you're going to like this one. $35 buy it now on that. So, next comment was Alan Hevelone on Sherelle, and he also wants SP. So that's back to back right here. These are both sold to Alan Hevelone. Alan and Alan got both of those. We have REM is at 65 with R.M. Lozelle. That's the high bid on that. We have Spyro Gyra Free Time, $9.99. Spyro Gyra Free Time. Cleopatra, original soundtrack album to Cleopatra, $14.99. $14.99. And Kitaro, Astral Voyage. Kitaro is $19.99. Jennifer Smeaton on Spyro. That was Spyro Gyra. That's sold to Jennifer Smeaton. We also have Brother to Brother, Shades and Generation, $14.99. Brother to Brother, Shades and Generation. We have Charlie DeFrank is at 68 on REM. Jimmy Smith, Any Number Can Win. Jimmy Smith, Any Number Can Win, $24.99. And G.E. Smith, In the World. G.E. Smith is $19.99. In the World. This is Sly and Robbie, Rhythm Killers. Sly and Robbie, Rhythm Killers, $19.99. Interesting. 1987. Don't get those too often. We had 65 on REM, then Charlie DeFrank bid 68. Alan Hevelone on B2B. Alan Hevelone on Brother to Brother. R.M. Lozelle is at 70 on REM. He said zap. Another Batman. What's that called? An onomatopoeia? Here we go. Let's go into some English. Craig Thomas on Sly. Craig Thomas on Sly. I guess that's a word that actually makes the sound it's actually making. Craig Thomas on Sly and Robbie. Colin Butler, you were second. The 60s, the 70s, and the 80s. Taxi. Sly and Robbie again. In shrink wrap, $19.99. Sly and Robbie, $19.99. There's another one. That one sold to Colin Butler. Craig got the first one. That one sold to Colin. Spencer Davis and Peter Jameson, It's Been So Long, $14.99. So flip-flop that order. Colin was first to that one. Craig was second on the other. Fast Times at Richmond High soundtrack, $29.99. Chip got the almonds. Did we have a claim on the Allman Brothers? Chip Hall, did he say he'll take it? Did somebody buy it? Who wanted the almonds? Did I miss that? Tanner didn't see it either. Fast Times at Richmond High goes to Michael Nath, John Leal 2nd, Arm Lazelle 3rd, Calvin Ward 4th. And songs from the kids from Fame, from the NBC TV series, Fame is $19.99. I've never seen that before. $19.99 on that. And we have John Entwistle. John Entwistle's $9.99. REM Green. I think I see some people out. I think Arm Lazelle has it for $70. Arm Lazelle has REM for $70, and that's a final call because I think Mark Fallon says he's out because he asked what the next REM auction was, and Charlie DeFrank just said he was out. Chip Hall wants the almonds. Chip Hall gets the almonds, and Thomas Bowman wants Fame. Thomas Bowman on Fame right here. That was $35 as well, yes. Chip Hall, we got you down for that. The autographed Pablo, that's not for sale. That was a gift from John Young. We're having that framed and put here on display in the store. Moose is here to pick up his Ozzy poster finally tonight, so we'll have a hole in the wall there. And I'm going to see my professional framer, Kim Winfrey, next Thursday to pick up about a dozen things. And when I pick up those, I'm going to drop off a lot of other stuff. We have a lot of stuff framed here. About every month, I have 10, 15 things framed. Usually nice stuff, if you didn't know that. Okay, so next REM auction. Actually, we're not done with this one. Mark Fallon has bid, so we'll wait on Document. Document is near mint and shrink wrap, but we'll put that up after this one sold. I was about to end this one because I thought everybody's done, but we're not. Mark Fallon is at 71. We have Best of England Dan and John Ford Coley. Best of England Dan and John Ford Coley, that is $9.99. The Edgar Winter Group, they only come out at night. Edgar Winter Group is $19.99. This is the gatefold on the yellow Epic label. This has Free Ride and Frankenstein on it. $19.99. Chicago Anthology. Chicago Anthology has Charlie Musselwhite, Barry Goldberg, and Harvey Mandel. That is $19.99 on Chicago Anthology. Brian C. on Edgar Winter. And let's see here. Mark Fallon bid $71 on Green, and I think that is the final bid of the night because Arm Lazelle says he's out. That $1 bump did it. Are you really going to say out, Arm Lazelle? Just a $1 bump. You might bid 72, and that might win it. This has been a very long auction. This auction has almost been going on for, I think, an hour. We've been doing $1 bumps by 3 different people for a good hour. This is Pump Up the Volume. Pump Up the Volume, $9.99. And this is Mars, M-A-R-R-S, $9.99. Pump Up the Volume. Ohio Players, Mr. Mean, that's $19.99. Do you have a great copy of Let It Be? I don't think I do. We can look through the Beatles bin, but I think I have a bootleg copy, but I don't think I actually have a nice, clean one right now. I do have new copies. Brian C. got Edgar Winter. Jennifer Smeaton on Pump Up the Volume. That's so to Jennifer Smeaton. And Arm Lazelle's at 72. Arm Lazelle's at 72. Prime, the best of John Prine, 1976 Richmond Press, $49.99. Best of John Prine. Very nice copy. That's from the Wisconsin collection, 1976, $49.99. Prince, $19.99. Prince, $19.99 is a 2LP, $49.99, 1982 Winchester. She said, let it bleed, not let it be. Let it bleed. Let it bleed. Ah, big difference. One's the Rolling Stones, one the Beatles. Nice going. REM out. Mark Fallon, are you going to go out that easily with just a $1 bump? Unbelievable. 72 of Arm Lazelle. You might bid 73 and Arm Lazelle might say out. Who knows? You only know one way. Okay, so over here in our auction pile, well, the next two I was going to do are REM, so we got to see what happens. Okay, next is final call on REM. Here's what's left in this bin. We have Sunny Chris, Warm and Sunny. All Day Thumbsucker, which is a Blue Note label compilation. I Cantina, T-Rex, some of the auctions on that. We have Fairport Convention, A Movable Feast, Cirrus, Coleman Hawkins, Lee Kontz with Strings, Nat King Cole, Bing Crosby, Martin Denny, Quiet Village, The Who, Magic Bus, and My Generation. Chip Hall wants Prince. Prince is going to Chip Hall. Poll winners, Barney Kessel, Shelly Mann, and Ray Brown. Rachel 2, Les McCann. Cartoons in Stereo, Bob Prescott. Elvis, Burning Love. Windmills of Your Mind, Bud Shank. The Isleys, Greatest Hits, It's Your Thing. Chris Christopherson, Grand Funk, We're an American Band. Michael Nesbitt, Cleopatra soundtrack. Kitaro, Astral Voyage. Jimmy Smith, Any Number Can Win. G.E. Smith, Spencer Davis and Peter Jameson. John Entwistle, The Best of England Dan. Chicago Anthology. Ohio Players and John Prine. Final call on REM Green, $72 to Arm Lazelle. OG Near Mint and Shrink Wrap. Final call. And then Document is going right after that one. Time for a new crate of something. Just got a new crate. About to do a new crate of something. Right, Tanner? Something. Let's see what's in this one. There's those that I need to tag. Let's go through this one. Random, very quick crate of new vinyl before we go through some new vintage stuff. Very quick crate of new vinyl. Price on Chris Christopherson, price on Nesbitt, tracks on Anthology, England Dan, new bid on REM. So, let's see, John Prine, Ohio Players. Let me pull Chicago Anthology. We had a claim for England Dan, John Entwistle, and what was the Michael Nesbitt? The Michael Nesbitt was the Infinite Rider on the Big Dogma. Michael Nesbitt is $19.99. Infinite Rider on the Big Dogma. In the original inner sleeve, $19.99. Chicago Anthology. Slow Down, I'm Gonna Lose You, I Love and Lost, Big Boss Man, Funk, Aunt Lily, You Got Me Crying, Times I've Had, and Hoochie Coochie Man, $19.99 on Chicago Anthology. And The Best of England Dan is sold to John Smetzer. That's sold to John Smetzer. So Rick Haney also wanted the price on Chris Christopherson. Jesus Was a Capricorn. That's in shrink wrap, near mint, $14.99. $14.99, Rick Haney. Very nice copy in shrink wrap. Michael Nesbitt, I told that for David Johnson. There's Chris Christopherson. I read the anthology tracks. There's England Dan. New bid on REM, $75. Charlie DeFrank's at $75. And we have a pass, and if anybody else wants anything in there, let me know. Jeff Buckley, Grace, $33.99. Jeff Buckley, Grace is $33.99. That's new and sealed. We have Reggae Collected, 2LP, yellow and green vinyl, Reggae Collected, $44.99. So, I want to let you know, R.M. Lazelle, you are out on REM Green. Charlie DeFrank has it at $75. You are out, just FYI. And let me know if you want back in. Live Throwing Copper is sold to Brad Moore. Thank you, Brad. If anybody else wants a copy, let me know. Reggae Collected. This is one of the last copies we have available on the limited and colored. And this has been a popular seller for music on vinyl because they're printing it now on black vinyl. And that's Reggae Collected. That is the limited colored vinyl on that. Jeff Buckley, $33.99. Reggae Collected is $44.99. The Call Collected is $46.99. $46.99 for The Call Collected. That's a 2LP. R.M. Lazelle back on REM Green for $80. Charlie DeFrank, you are out. New bid at $80. Rush Moving Pictures. This is on opaque white vinyl. $49.99. Rush Moving Pictures, $49.99. George Harrison Cloud 9 is $36.99. George Harrison Cloud 9, $36.99. Jimmy Buffett, Songs You Know by Heart, Jimmy Buffett's Greatest Hits, $34.99 on Jimmy Buffett's Greatest Hits. Avenged Sevenfold, Sounding the Seventh Trumpet. Avenged Sevenfold is on purple vinyl, $36.99. Big Country, $41.99. The Crossing, Big Country. Dirty Rotten Imbeciles, 4 of a kind, $38.99. Limited edition 1500 on red and black mixed colored vinyl. Jethro Tull Aqualung is $28.99 for Jethro Tull Aqualung. The Dead Milkmen, Quaker City Quiet Pills, Dead Milkmen is $28.99. The Munsters, $31.99. The Munsters is $31.99. That is limited pumpkin orange vinyl, $31.99. In the Fade soundtrack, Josh Homney, $36.99 for In the Fade. We have another Munsters, $31.99. David Gilmour, On an Island. David Gilmour, On an Island, $36.99. Dr. John, The Montreux Years, $44.99. Ken Crooker on the Munsters. That's so to Ken Crooker. Yes, Mirror to the Sky. Yes is $49.99. Mirror to the Sky. We also have Yes, the classic or the 1969 broadcast, $33.99. Iron Maiden, Power Slave, $36.99. Steely Dan, Can't Buy a Thrill, $36.99. And the Archie's Picture Disc, $28.99. Rick Haney did want the Chris Christopherson. Rick Haney, you got Chris Christopherson. Thank you. I overlooked that. So Armlazille was 80. Charlie DeFrank bid 81. Final call, Charlie DeFrank 81. We're waiting for Armlazille to bid or say out. So next, final call on this crate before we change out and go to new vintage. Jeff Buckley, Ray Gay Collected, The Call Collected, Rush Moving Pictures, White Vinyl, George Harrison, Jimmy Buffett's Greatest Hits, Avenged Sevenfold, Big Country, DRI, Jethro Tull, Dead Milkmen, The Munsters, In the Fade, David Gilmour, Dr. John, Yes, Yes, Iron Maiden, Steely Dan, and the Archies. Arm Lazelle says he's out for good. He's out for good, he says. We'll see about that. Final call, Charlie DeFrank, $81. Charlie DeFrank has that for $81. REM Green, final call, Charlie DeFrank, $81. Let me see what we got in our next bin of vintage. It looks like some pretty nice looking titles as usual. I can't remember the last time I showed a bin and I said these are horrible titles, so I don't say that too often. This is about a half of a crate, so I should be able to go through this one pretty fast, it looks like. The Chicago Anthology was $19.99. $19.99. And Craig just posted the track list. Craig just posted the track list for Ray Gay Collected. And Michael Nath says he'll take the Chicago Anthology. This is sold to Michael Nath. All right, so new vintage stuff here. Let's see what we have. First is the Beach Boys, 10 Years of Harmony. The Beach Boys is $24.99, 10 Years of Harmony. Sparks. Sparks is called Pulling Rabbits Out of a Hat, $39.99. Gold Stamp promo, has a promo strip on the front too. Sparks Pulling Rabbits Out of a Hat, $39.99. Prince is $49.99. This is Prince and the Revolution Parade, $49.99. Ray Gay Collected is $44.99 or $44.99. Ray Gay Collected, limited to 2,000 on yellow and green vinyl. If anybody wants that. There's one copy. We may have one more in the actual bin. Edward Star Wars, first on Sparks. Let's sell REM Green to Charlie DeFrank for $81. That's sold to Charlie DeFrank for $81. All right, let's do another one. This one is extremely nice. REM Document. REM Document, original inner sleeve, near mint, and pristine vinyl. It's beautiful. In shrink wrap with hop sticker. This is from the Wisconsin collection. There's a couple artists this guy really, really liked, and REM was one of them. He had multiple copies. Mint in shrink wrap, just absolutely beautiful. This is one of them. This is a $45 start. $45 start on REM. Fred Carnell got Ray Gay Collected. Dave Plunkett, if you want one, let me know. REM's at a $45 start. Prince is still available, and so is the Beach Boys. Another Prince. Wow. This is really nice. $79.99. Prince Purple Rain. Shrink wrap, hop sticker. OG press with the original inner sleeve and poster. So shrink wrap, inner sleeve, poster, near mint minus vinyl, that is $79.99. $79.99. John Young's at $47 on REM. Van Morrison, A Sense of Wonder. Van Morrison is $34.99. Miles Davis is $24.99. You're Under Arrest. Miles Davis, $24.99 for You're Under Arrest. REM's at $48. We have John Prine, Sweet Revenge, $36.99. John Prine, Sweet Revenge, $36.99. Brent's at $50 on REM. We have Van Morrison, a Period of Transition, $34.99 for Van Morrison, A Period of Transition. Michael Bohannon, first on John Prine. That's sold to Michael Bohannon. Madonna, True Blue, in shrink wrap, original inner sleeve, $24.99 on Madonna, True Blue. Michael Bohannon also wants Van Morrison, A Period of Transition. The Kinks, low budget, $14.99 for the Kinks, low budget. JoJo Zepp and the Falcons, Screaming Targets. Screaming Targets, JoJo Zepp, $9.99. Elvis Double Dynamite is $19.99. Elvis Double Dynamite and 1968, A Year in Review. 1968. These are the sounds of an extraordinary year captured by WNEW microphones in New York and Metro Media Radio. Looks like a compilation. Let's see here. 1999, 1968. A Year in Review. Huh. That's interesting. 1999. Brent's at is at 54 on REM. Roger Daltrey, 12-inch single, Let Me Down Easy promo, $9.99. REM's now at 58. Roseanne Cash, Right or Wrong. Roseanne Cash is $9.99. The Beach Boys, Keeping the Summer Alive, $19.99. And The Works, Give 'Em the Works. The Works, Give 'Em the Works. This is $24.99. This looks like a Warner Brothers compilation. It is. And I've never seen this one. Another Warner Brothers compilation I've never seen. The Works. This is a promotional item, $24.99. That's a Warner Brothers compilation. Point Blank, The Hard Way, $14.99 for Point Blank. The Osborne Brothers, Modern Sounds of Bluegrass Music. The Osborne Brothers, that is $14.99. REM, 54, 58, and now 60 with Brent. The Osborne Brothers, Singing, Shouting Praises. Another Osborne Brothers, $14.99. Tom Jones, Fever Zone, $9.99. Brian C. wants the Warner Brothers comp. That's sold to Brian C. Van Morrison, St. Dominic's Preview. A 1972 Terre Haute with insert. We auctioned one of these the last time. Here's another one. Very nice copy, $59.99. Van Morrison, St. Dominic's Preview, $59.99. Cream, Wheels of Fire. Cream, Wheels of Fire is a 2LP, $44.99. Gatefold, of course, on the yellow. Wow, the vinyl, that's very nice. $44.99 on Cream, Wheels of Fire, $44.99. Rush, Permanent Waves, wow, with hop sticker featuring the Spirit of Radio. Wow, $39.99. 1980, featuring the Spirit of Radio. Never seen that hop sticker before. In the original inner sleeve, $39.99. Might just have to keep that if nobody claims it. The Cars' Greatest Hits, also in shrink wrap, awesome compilation, original inner sleeve. That's $34.99 for the Cars' Greatest Hits. And Dire Straits Making Movies, $26.99. That's also in shrink wrap. So Brian C. got the comp. Peter asked what's on it. Brian had already claimed it. REM is at 65 with Mark Fallon. And David Eberly wants the Cars. And I don't think either one of these has Rocky Top on it. No, I don't think. It would be on this one if it was, and it's not. No, not on that one. David Eberly got the Cars. Brent Robley's at 67 on REM. The 68 comp was $19.99. Grand Funk, Shine On, with the intact 3D glasses, $39.99. Grand Funk, Shine On. And Neil Young, Hawks and Doves, $24.99 for Hawks and Doves, $24.99. Let me read through that crate one more time. Of new vintage arrivals. Sorry, I was taking a drink of water. Next is Brent Robley is at 67 on REM. Mark Fallon and John Young are both out. Here's what's left in this bin. 10 Years of Harmony, The Beach Boys. Prince, Evolution. Prince, Purple Rain. Van Morrison, A Sense of Wonder. Miles Davis, You're Under Arrest. Madonna, True Blue. The Kinks, Low Budget. JoJo Zepp and the Falcons. Elvis, Double Dynamite. 1968 Comp. Roger Daltrey. Roseanne Cash. The Beach Boys, Keeping the Summer Alive. Point Blank. Mark Fallon is at 68 on REM. The Osmond Brothers. Tom Jones. Van Morrison. Cream. Rush. Dire Straits. Grand Funk. And Neil Young. Brandon Sanders says he'll take Van Morrison. I think the only one that was left was A Sense of Wonder. That's so to Brandon Sanders. Chris DiLorenzo on Grand Funk. New bid on REM, 72 of John Lill. We got 3 bidders on REM. Next is Stacy Brown on Evolution. And that was... Actually, there's 2 Van Morrisons in here. Let me see which one Brandon wants. Brandon, let me know if you want St. Dominic's Preview or A Sense of Wonder. And he said wrong one, so he wanted St. Dominic's Preview. So A Sense of Wonder, I got the right one there for Brandon. Shine On is sold to Chris DiLorenzo. Next was Evolution, and that was Prince, right? Yes, that was Prince, Stacy Brown. Elvis Label. Double Dynamite is on Pickwick. Elvis Dynamite is on Pickwick, 1999. So Brent is at 75 on REM. This Van Morrison was $34.99. 76 on REM, now 78. 3 bidders and moving fast. 3 bidders and moving fast. Now, last night, we had 3 crates that I hadn't gone through, and I think this is one of them here. Let me go through this one, yeah. And then I've still got 4 crates of vintage to go through. 4 crates of vintage to go through. David Eberly says, give me the rush. Oh, man. I can do that, though. David Eberly with the Spirit of Radio Hop sticker. That's pretty cool. That's so to that's so to David Eberly. Brent just came in. Not to be the guy, but I asked about Prince for Stacy claimed. Oh, you may have. Let's see here. How much was the first Prince? That was $49.99, Alan. Sorry, I didn't see that. $49.99 for Prince. If you do want it, it's yours. If not, we'll give it back to Stacy. Yes. Sorry, I missed that. REM is at 81. Brent is at 81. Mark and John Lill is out. Okay. So, back to new vintage stuff. I showed a bin of new vinyl earlier. I'll show this vintage, then we may do another bin of new vinyl. This crate right here looks like pretty good stuff. Trying to find some stuff we all hadn't seen in a while, but that's hard to do. We show so much new vinyl. I got new arrivals from last night, but they're behind the counter. I hadn't pulled stuff from the flip video, but we can do that. REM's at 83. The Crusaders, the Second Crusade, $24.99. The Crusaders, $24.99. The Fabulous Thunderbirds is $19.99. I'll trade you 2 Coletco stickers for an Iron Maiden Power Slave. Thank you, but I'll pass. The stickers are worth a little bit more than Iron Maiden records. But thank you for the offer. The Fabulous Thunderbirds, $19.99. That's a live album. We have the very best of the Everly Brothers, $14.99. Next is the Jazz Crusaders Powerhouse. The Jazz Crusaders is $24.99. Rockin' and Roll, or Rock and Roll with Scatman. Rock and Roll with Scatman, $19.99. We have Frank Zappa, You Are What You Is, $44.99 for Zappa. Crafty wants the Thunderbirds. That's sold to Crafty. Mark Fallon is out on REM. That means REM, document, near mint, in shrink wrap, OG, inner sleeve. $83 of John Lill, final call. Crafty got the Thunderbirds. Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits in shrink wrap. Original reprise inner sleeve. Still hadn't found a poster of one of these things. That's a nice copy, though. $39.99. It is so hard to find this poster that came with this. That poster always went on, I guess, the walls. But that's a nice copy in shrink wrap. $39.99. So did John Young. If it's got shrink wrap on it, the odds of it going to John Young just increased. The Isley Brothers, Showdown, $14.99. The Isley Brothers Showdown, $14.99. And 25 country music greats, that is $9.99. If y'all didn't realize it, shrink wrap heavily increases the value of OG records. I noticed that years ago when I first started selling records on eBay, people would put "in shrink" in all caps in the titles, and I would be like, what are they talking about? And then I realized they meant the shrink wrap, or it'd say "with hype," all caps. And then I'd say, what are they talking about? And it's the hype stickers. And so now, after many years, we have realized the value of shrink wrap and hype stickers. That is very critical. Some people said, I could care less. I'm going to rip that off and throw it in the trash. Some people's like, I got to have it. Okay. The Doors, the Soft Parade, $34.99. The Doors, the Soft Parade, $34.99. That's the Butterfly Electra label, $34.99. We have Under a Raging Moon, Roger Daltrey, $14.99. Shrink wrap and hype sticker, $14.99 with the original inner sleeve, $14.99. The Rolling Stones Dirty Work, $34.99. We also like inner sleeves. I know some people I've talked to who originally said when they bought records, sometimes they threw away the inner sleeve that came with it and put it in like an anti-static, even back then. So that's why sometimes inner sleeves have become a big deal. Ted Nugent, State of Shock, $14.99 for Ted Nugent, State of Shock. And Golden Earring, North, East, West, South with hype sticker, $24.99. All right, REM, after a long battle, that sold to John Leal for $83. We've already pulled Jimi Hendrix, and David Eberly wants Ted Nugent. That was David Eberly on Ted Nugent. That sold to David. And guess what? Our next auction is going to be REM Murmur. REM Murmur. This is the translucent brown vinyl, a 1983 Electro Sound press. This is OG on translucent brown vinyl. When you hold it up to the light, you can actually see through it. It's on brown translucent vinyl, OG press, on the high quality vinyl with the original inner sleeve. Radio Free Europe is the first track, and that is a $65 start. REM Murmur, $65 start on that. Live BB King. Oh yes, we need to pull that. Let's make a sticky note. I've got to find that for him. He needs. Okay, Tanner's got that. Jamie, I never did pull that for you. It slipped my mind because we didn't have it wrote down. I will do that, and we'll get that added. Sorry, I did tell you I was going to put that on this invoice. I will find that for you. Kansas Leftoverture, $19.99 in shrink wrap. Original inner sleeve, a beautiful copy. Kansas Leftoverture, $19.99. Marks in on REM for $65. Pat Benatar, Precious Time. Pat Benatar is $14.99. Almond Joys, Early Almonds is $34.99. The Almond Joys, the Early Almond Brothers, $34.99. Joe Sloop is first to Kansas. John Smetzer was second. Outlaws, Playing to Win. The Outlaws is $19.99, Playing to Win. The Worst of Jefferson Airplane. The Worst of Jefferson Airplane, $19.99. That is Jefferson Airplane's greatest hits. The Crusaders is $19.99. How much was Dirty Work? That was the Stones, $34.99 on that one. 65 on REM, going once, going twice. 38 Special, Special Forces, $24.99. 38 Special Wild Eyed Southern Boys is $24.99. Hall & Oates Big Bam Boom, $19.99 on Hall & Oates Big Bam Boom. And 38 Special Strength in Numbers. 38 Special Strength in Numbers, and that is $24.99. We have a $70 bid on REM. Price on Scatman. Scatman Rock and Roll with Scatman is $19.99. $19.99. Frank Zappa, Apostrophe. Frank Zappa, $34.99 for Apostrophe. The Best of Sticks. The Best of Sticks, $19.99. Black RCA label. Ken Crooker says he'll take Scatman. Mark, you're out on REM. Craig is at $70. Golden Earring Cut, $24.99. Golden Earring Cut, $24.99. In shrink wrap. Mark says you've got to be kidding me. The only way you're going to win an auction is to be the last bidder, which is the highest bid. So the way you can win every REM record, Mark, is to not get outbid. That's the objective here. Just keep bidding, keep bidding, keep bidding, and I promise you, you would have ended up with all 3 REM records, right, Tanner? You just got to keep bidding, man. Go ahead and say REM 1000. Right, Moose? That's what Moose would do. He just goes ahead and says okay to 1,000. Moose is in at 1,000. Outlaws, Ghost Rider, 1999. Outlaws, Ghost Rider, 1999. REM 71, Craig's back in at 75. Let's see, David says he'll take all 3 38 specials. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. There's all 3 38 specials, David Eberle. He got a trifecta on the 38 specials. Kenny Heathcock is first on the Outlaws. We have REM at $75. Craig Johnson's at $75. Ted Nugent, State of Shock. Ted Nugent is $14.99. Go for Your Guns, the Isley Brothers. Go for Your Guns, $19.99. Go for Your Guns, $19.99. That's got the original inner sleeve, T-neck label. It's a Funky Thing to Do, Hank Crawford, $19.99. On the Cotillion label, Hank Crawford. Very nice copy, Hank Crawford, $19.99. Alan Parsons Project Pyramid, $19.99 on Alan Parsons Project Pyramid. The Beatles, Rock and Roll Music, Volume 1. Rock and Roll Music, Volume 1, $19.99. The Crusaders, Chain Reaction, third Crusaders album in here, $19.99. And the Buku of Blues, Ringo Starr, Buku of Blues, Ringo Starr, $34.99. Beautiful vinyl, and it has a generic inner sleeve, which I think is probably the original with it. Okay, Mark Fallon, you are outbid on REM. Craig has it for $75. Otis Spawn, this is $19.99 for Otis Spawn. And the Cat, the incredible Jimmy Smith, $29.99. Now, I think I might be crazy, but I'm pretty sure we had an REM record in the bins last night that didn't sell. Let me see if I can find that right quick. If so, evidently our REM buyers are on tonight and they wasn't on last night. But I think there was an REM record that I showed like a dozen times that I decided not to auction. And I was trying to get, it's right here. We might have to put this one up for auction. I showed it 4 or 5 times last night. I was like, why hasn't nobody bought this? It was in the bin. I didn't even auction it. We'll do that one next. We have the Concept Slave, $19.99. Concept Slave, $19.99. Hank Crawford helped me make it through the night. Hank Crawford is $9.99. Roots of Rock and Roll, Volume 2. Have No Fear is here. Or Have No Fear, Big Joe Turner is here. Big Joe Turner, $26.99. $26.99. LTD, Something to Love. LTD is $14.99. Something to Love. And this is Diana Ross and the Supremes with the Temptations, $9.99. Diana Ross and the Supremes with the Temptations, $9.99. Yes, that is Stacey Brown's. Yeah, that is Stacey Brown's. Outlaws, price on Ringo. Ringo was $34.99. Buku of Blues, Clay Moore, $34.99. We have Alan Heavalone on LTD, and the Almond Joys was $34.99. $34.99. The Supremes, I Hear a Symphony. Supremes is $14.99. And final call on REM Murmur. This is at $75 with Craig Johnson. Going twice, going 3 times. We're about to sell it. Jimmy Smith, The Boss, $24.99. Jimmy Smith, The Boss, $24.99. I don't know if I've ever seen that one. That Jimmy Smith album, Black Verve label, $24.99. $24.99. Johnny Ray's Greatest Hits. Johnny Ray's, $9.99. And the Rascal C, that's $14.99 for the Rascal C. Squeeze, Babylon and On, $24.99 on Squeeze, Babylon and On. Rod Stewart, Foolish Behavior, $14.99 on Rod Stewart. And Donald Fagen, Walter Beckett, and Denny Diaz, You Gotta Walk It Like You Talk It. That is $39.99. Wolves Council on Slade. There's not a Slade in here. There's the Concept by Slave. That's in here. If you want that. The Dales is $14.99. And we have Bo Diddley in the Spotlight. Bo Diddley, 1987, $24.99. Bo Diddley in the Spotlight. That's an original Chess Masters. Rick Derringer Live is $19.99. And Charlie Daniels Band, Fire on the Mountain, $24.99. Charlie Daniels Band, Fire on the Mountain, $24.99. Michael Nath on Bo Diddley. That's sold to Michael Nath. I'll take the Johnny Ray. Christina Viva. Ooh, let's see here. That's the. Let me sound this out. How do you say that, Tanner? Christina on Johnny Ray. Christina, I'm struggling with your last name. Tanner said carry on. He said, I'm not going to attempt it either. It looks simple, but I can't really it's not wanting to work right now. Let me figure out what Johnny Ray was. It was right here. If you're a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. Make sure you message our page, which is CollectCo. That is our Facebook page. We need a message from you with your email address and your mailing address. And I apologize. I'm getting really tongue-twisted right now. I'm famously known for not pronouncing names correctly. So usually I'll probably, if I can't get it spit out, I'll just say something else. So thank you. Make sure you message our page. We do $7 in limited shipping. So anything you want to buy is $7 in limited shipping. That starts tonight with your first purchase. And that's good through tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We do this 6 nights a week. Anything you want to buy. Okay, Mark Fallon, I don't think actually didn't ever say out, but Craig Johnson gets REM for $75. I never did see Mark Fallon actually say out, but I did a final call on that. That's sold to Craig Johnson for $75. That's REM Murmur. Our next auction is REM's Life's Rich Pageant. REM's Life's Rich Pageant. This is a 1986 Allied Metalwork. Allied Metalwork. $45 start for REM's Life's Rich Pageant. Original inner sleeve, $45 start, near mint. REM Life's Rich Pageant. $45 start. That is pronounced Viv-on-co. Viv-on-co. Wow. That's not what I was going to say. I was going to say Viv-and, well, I guess so. We're going to call her Christina V. Christina V. You are now known as Christina V. Welcome. Nothing personal. $45 start on REM. Let's go through this crate one more time. We have the Crusaders, the Second Crusade, the very best of the Everly Brothers, the Jazz Crusaders, Powerhouse. We have the Crusaders and the Jazz Crusaders. Zappa, the Isley Brothers, Country Music Greats, The Doors Soft Parade, Roger Daltrey, Golden Earring, Pat Benatar, Almond Joys, Early Almonds, The Outlaws, The Best of Jefferson Airplane, or The Worst. The Crusaders again, the Rolling Stones, Hall & Oates, Frank Zappa again. The Best of Styx is still available. Golden Earring is still available in shrink wrap. Ted Nugent, the Isley Brothers, Hank Crawford, Alan Parsons Project, the Beatles, the Crusaders for the third time. We have Otis Spawn, the Cat, Hank Crawford again, Big Joe Turner, Dinah Ross and Supremes, Ringo Starr, the Supremes again, Jimmy Smith, the Rascals, Squeeze, Rod Stewart, essentially Steely Dan with Denny Diaz, Slave, which I don't know if that's what, is that what, okay, Wolves Council, he said, okay, sorry, so he did not want that. I was just making sure. We have the Dales, another Rick Derringer, and Charlie Daniels Band. Also on Charlie Daniels Band. Brian C. I think we've already pulled one. I think we've already pulled one Derringer for Brian C. Let me know if we have it. We have it. So this is the Derringer he wanted. I thought there was another one here. So this Derringer live, that's sold to Brian C. Okay, I thought we'd already pulled one. And how much for Golden Earring Cut? That is $24.99. $24.99 for Golden Earring Cut. Thomas Bowman wants the Country Greats. That is sold to Thomas Bowman. Big Joe Turner was $26.99. And the Doors was $34.99. It was a nice copy. It's on the Butterfly Electra label, $34.99. $34.99. We have, yes, that one's $24.99 as well. Okay, somebody had just asked about Golden Earring. We had somebody just claim Golden Earring, but Christina was first wanting to see if she needed it, and she said she does. So that's sold to Christina V. Christina V. Okay. Nobody, I guess, wants this REM album. Life's Rich Pageant. That didn't sell last night. I've put it up for a $45 start. No takers now. So $45 start on that. That's our 4th REM record in a row. Everybody may have what they're looking for already. Let's do a crate of something, Tanner. Let's see what we got right over here. Let's do a crate of something right over here. Let's go through. Let's see. Let's go through this one. Try to show new vinyl mixed in occasionally. That was 3 crates in a row of vintage, or at least 2, maybe 3. Let's do this crate. I think this has been shown. I don't know if it's been shown last week at all. So we got putbacks too. Jeff McMaster on REM. So final call. This is a $45 start, or I'm about to make it a buy it now. This is REM's Life's Rich Pageant. It was an OG. That was a 1986 Allied. 1986 Allied original inner sleeve near mint. That's a $45 start. $45 start. It's a first press near mint. $45 start. Uh-oh, I feel the auction warming up. Jeff has asked the details, and so is Mark. Here we go. We have putbacks. I'll do those in just a second. Let's do, so yeah, I've still got 3 crates of vintage. Here's the agenda for tonight. I've still got 3 crates of vintage. I've got some new vinyl I'm about to show you, and I've got 2 or 3 crates of putbacks. So we have a lot. Coverdale Page is a waiting list. Coverdale Page is a waiting list. Any Wayne crates tonight. Not all the time we have Wayne stuff actually labeled. I think some of it's got mixed in. So we try to keep it together. When they know for sure they're pulling Wayne stuff, they go ahead and put it all together. But some of it, like the other night, we showed like almost a half of a crate of compilations. And I know those were all from Wayne's crates, or from Wayne's collection. Okay, the White Stripes Greatest Hits, $36.99. Mark Fallon's at $47 on REM. Just waiting for Jeff McMaster to bid. Danzig is $31.99. This is 777 I Luciferi. The Misfits, Die My Darling, $14.99. And the Misfits Static Age, $33.99. Frozen is $28.99. And the Cult is $44.99. The Cult, that's pressed on ivory colored vinyl, $44.99 for the Cult. Black Sabbath Never Say Die, $33.99. This is the 2012 remaster, Black Sabbath Never Say Die. Misfits, Legacy of Brutality, $28.99. Nickelback, All the Right Reasons, $29.99. And Judas Priest, Sin After Sin, $29.99. Christina V takes the White Stripes. That's sold to Christina. Coverdale Page is $39.99. Want to know if I'm on the wait list. Yes, it's $39.99. Let me know if you do want on that waiting list. REM's at $49, now $50. Jennifer Smeaton on the Danzig. That's sold to Jennifer Smeaton. We have Halloween, Walls of Jericho, $44.99 on Halloween. Halloween, Keeper of the Seven Keys, $44.99. Whitesnake's Greatest Hits is $44.99. By the way, there's no definite date on the Coverdale Page. Those were out of stock, so they could be in this week. It could be next week. It could be next month, or it could be in November, so we really don't know. The Coverdale Page is a live unofficial. It's a studio live unofficial, $39.99. I don't have any on hand. Like I said, that's a waiting list. It could be this week, next month, or next February. We really don't know on waiting list or when something's back ordered. Mark's at $50 on REM. Jeff McMaster, you're out. White Snake's Greatest Hits, Korn, self-titled, $56.99. Allman Brothers Band, $39.99. White Zombie, Astro Creep 2000, $38.99 for White Zombie. The Pixies, Surfer Rosa. There's your dose of nightly nudity. The Pixies, Surfer Rosa, $31.99. Mac Miller, Best Day Ever, $34.99. Nine Inch Nails, Pretty Hate Machine. That's the 2LP version, $49.99. Metallica, The Black Album, $39.99 for Metallica, The Black Album. Leonard Skinner, Gimme Back My Bullets, $31.99. Sublime, $5 at the door. 2LP, Yellow Vinyl Indie Exclusive, $39.99. There's some more Power Mads. I'm going to put that back here with the others. Power Mad is $38.99. We also have Anthrax, Stomp 442, $36.99. Ghost Phantom Mine is $26.99 for Ghost. And Gary Moore, Blues for Greenie, $33.99. Christina V also wants Sublime. So Jeff is out on REM. Final call for $50. Mark Fallon has REM for $50. Final call on that. Final call on that. And we have Misfits, Frozen, The Cult, Black Sabbath, Misfits, Nickelback, Judas Priest, Halloween, White Stripes, Korn, Allman Brothers, White Zombie, The Pixies, Mac Miller, Nine Inch Nails, Metallica, Allman Brothers, Anthrax, Gary Moore. We have, how much was Anthrax? That was $36.99, Peter, Stomp 442. And we're about to sell REM as soon as I come back with a new crate of vintage. We'll probably do one more crate of new vintage stuff, and then I'll grab a crate of all those putbacks. I'll grab a crate of putbacks and non-payments. Please pay for your invoices. We've been canceling a lot. We have really stayed on top of it within the last, I would say, couple weeks. We've went through a lot of unpaid invoices and canceled a lot of orders, and a lot of people unfortunately won't be able to buy from us again unless they kind of prepay, and usually when we ask people to prepay, they don't do that. So some people they don't pay their invoices, and they're like, can I please buy again? We're like, sure, can you prepay $100 on a gift card? And they say no, which means they're once again trying to buy stuff without having the money. So make sure you pay for your purchases. If you're buying something on here, that means we anticipate that you're going to pay for it in a timely manner, hopefully when you get your invoice on Monday. So make sure you pay for your invoices. That's why we're doing this, not just for the fun of it. REM is sold $50, Mark Fallon. That is sold for $50. So that is sold. The first batch of putbacks here is actually a small little batch of CDs and 45s. So let me show these, and then I'll do this crate of vintage, then we'll actually do a whole crate. This is South Park. It's a CD. It's new and sealed. Chef Aid. That is South Park. It's a new sealed CD, $16.99. That's new and sealed. Kings of Leon, The Bandit. Kings of Leon is $19.99. Weezer, Tell Me What You Want. Weezer is $19.99. FOD, The Dead Milkmen. That's a Flag of Democracy and the Dead Milkmen, $19.99. This is Eric Clapton, Knocking on Heaven's Door, a Japanese 7-inch single, $14.99. So that was, I think, a buy it now, no bid. And then it was a no payment. Eric Clapton is $14.99, Knocking on Heaven's Door. And Billy Joel, It's Still Rock and Roll to Me, $4.99 on Billy Joel, It's Still Rock and Roll to Me. Let's see. Mystery box putback. Wow, that sounds interesting. Let's see here. Jason wants Kings of Leon. Kings of Leon sold to Jason Kenton, and Stacy Metternich wants Eric Clapton. So that leaves Billy Joel, It's Still Rock and Roll to Me, $4.99. Flag of Democracy, Dead Milkmen, Weezer, and the South Park CD. Those are all available if anybody wants those. Let's go through a crate of new vintage arrivals. Some of these things I had pulled for auction. I'm going to go ahead and slip them back into the bins. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, let me just slip these. I don't know if I'm going to auction these. Probably just slip them into the bins right here and see what happens. And then what was that? Auctions. Yeah, let me see. Everything's been pulled out of the putback bin for auctions, I believe. There's 2 bins of putback. There was a bin of... What was this bin marked? What is this? This is putbacks too, isn't it? Or, yeah, that looks like putbacks. Look for the crate. Yeah, so there is some Japanese stuff here. It says this says high-end bin and to be priced Japanese. That's going to be our next batch of auctions. Let's see what we have in here. There's also some to be priced US stuff too. So let's go through these here. We have, I'm not for sure what's going on with some of these, but let's figure it out right quick. High-end stuff, and to be priced. Neo-Rockabilly. Interesting. Neo-Rockabilly. This is a Japanese press. Story Part 4. International Rockabilly Story Part 4. Various artists. International Rockabilly Story Part 4. Various artists. This is going to be, this is a Holland. It came from Japan. It came from Japan. It has a scuff on it right here. It's a non-feeler, but I want to, hopefully y'all can see that. It has a pretty big heavy scuff on there, but it's a non-feeler. This is a $20 start. $20 start. Neo Rockabilly Story Volume 4. Starlighters, the DuckTales, the Blue Cats. This is a $20 start. Other than that, it's very nice vinyl. Blue Moon Boys, the Caravans, Hal Peters Trio, and DuckTales. That's a $20 start. $20 start. I actually thought that was Japanese. That's Holland. $20 start on that. And the Beatles Ballads. The Beatles Ballads is Japanese press. Let me take a look at this. It is near mint and pristine. The Beatles Ballads, and that is a $35 start. The Beatles Ballads, $35 start on that. So there's the vinyl. It also includes the Japanese insert with lyrics and a cover with Obi. The Beatles Ballads, the 20 original tracks, $35 start. The Beatles Ballads, $35 start on that. So Rockabilly Comp and the Beatles, $20 and $35 start on that. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. Let's go through this bin one more time. We have, or not one more time, this is a bin of new arrivals. Queen Live Killers. Queen is $44.99. Live Killers, Queen Live Killers, $44.99. New Hope soundtrack. Yes, that should be in this week, Tillman. That should be in this week. That should be in this week. Black Sabbath's Greatest Hits is $39.99. Black Sabbath's Greatest Hits. Very nice copy on NIMS. John Leal's first on Queen. Pamela's at $35 on the Beatles. Jimi Hendrix. Jimmy Plays Monterey. That's in shrink wrap, $34.99. Jimi Hendrix Plays Monterey. Near mint copy in shrink wrap. I think we sold those last night. Sparks. Whomp that sucker. Sparks is $74.99. $74.99. 36 on the Beatles. Now 40. Cat Stevens is $124.99. Is It So, Cat Stevens? This is a MoFi pressing from 1996. 1996, Cat Stevens MoFi, Is It So, $124.99. Mark Cunningham on Jimi Hendrix. That's so to Mark Cunningham. Brian Miller first on Black Sabbath. We have $40 on the Beatles. We're looking for a $20 start on the Rockabilly cover. Burning Bridges, Glenn Campbell, $9.99. Savoy Brown, Street Corner Talking. Savoy Brown is $22.99. Look at Us, Sonny and Cher, $19.99. OG Sonny and Cher, original label, clean vinyl for what that is. Those are usually kind of beat up. Southside Johnny, Love is a Sacrifice, $14.99 for Southside Johnny. REO Speedwagon 2. REO Speedwagon 2, yellow Epic label, super nice vinyl, $24.99 on REO Speedwagon. A soundtrack to Revolution. This has Quicksilver Messenger Service, Steve Miller Band, and Mother Earth. That is $19.99. $45 on the Beatles with Pamela. We have Todd Rundgren is $24.99. A Wizard, a True Star. Final call on the Rockabilly comp before I make it a $20 buy it now. Todd Tipton first on REO Speedwagon 2. Spyro Gyra Carnival. That is $9.99. $46 on the Beatles with Jennifer. Bob Seger with Hype Sticker, Shame on the Moon. This is The Distance, original inner sleeve, near mint minus vinyl, $29.99 on Bob Seger, The Distance, and Spanking Our Gang, Sunday Will Never Be the Same, $19.99. Kyle Gregory's at $20 on the Rockabilly comp. Kyle Gregory's at $20 on the Rockabilly comp. That's now going once, going twice. I was trying to show you the vinyl for Spanking Our Gang, but I've turned it around 3 different ways. Craig Johnson's first to Bob Seger. Yeah, very nice vinyl. Let's pull that right now to Craig Johnson. Do you ever get Rat Black Sabbath Technical Ecstasy? Sometimes we get that in our OG stuff. It's actually out of stock, and for some reason, out of all the Black Sabbath albums, it's been a challenge to get. Actually, I found these on our back wall last night. I forgot we had these in stock. I need to show them. Black Sabbath. Now, we've had the 2012 remaster, but I forgot we had these. Their self-titled album on the purple and black splatter vinyl. And this was evidently a short run. They didn't do a pre-order or anything on it. It actually popped up, and now they're gone, and the SKU is deleted. So I guess that means they're done. Purple and black splatter vinyl from BMG Limited Edition Black Sabbath. Those are $36.99. New and sealed purple and black splatter if anybody wants any of those. Pamela's at $50 on the Beatles. Jennifer, let me know if you're in or out. And final call on the Rockabilly for $20. This is Jazz at the Plaza, the Miles Davis Sextet. Miles Davis, $32.99. Jazz at the Plaza, that is on Columbia, $32.99. Patty K wants on the Coverdale Page waiting list. We can do that. We can do that for Patty K. Tom Petty, $34.99. Hard Promises for Tom Petty. Hard Promises, very nice vinyl, $34.99 on Tom Petty. And Jean-Luc Ponty, Mystical Adventures. John Luke is $9.99. Ray Parker Jr. and Radio, A Woman Needs Love. That is $14.99. Alan Jonathan also wants on the Coverdale Page waiting list. And Poco Cantamos, $9.99. They really need to repress Coverdale Page. They also need to repress Page and Plant, Walking into Clarksdale, and their other album, No Quarter. There is so many of those albums. We've had OGs before. Whoever ended up with those that night, I've never seen another one since then, and now we're approaching 1 year. Tens of thousands of records bought and sold here, and in 1 year, we've only had one copy of Coverdale Page, one copy of those Page and Plant albums. That's how scarce those are. Those are very tough to get. So if you ever see those and you get a chance to buy them, I would jump on them. They're not cheap, and they're actually hard to find in really nice condition. Like the ones we had were like VG Plus or EX, and they come out in the 90s. So usually anything from the 90s is 9 times out of 10 high grade, not really worn out. But we have seen beat up records from the 90s. People wore them out if they had the chance. Let's go ahead and sell these auctions. The Beatles is sold to Pamela Villavenicio for $50, and Kyle Gregory gets the Rockabilly comp for $20. Those are both sold. Next is Three Dog Night coming down your way. That's in shrink wrap for $19.99. Three Dog Night. And the Thompson Twins Sidekicks, that's in shrink wrap with hop sticker, $24.99. Inner Secrets Santana, Inner Secrets is $19.99. And the Johnny Van Zant Band, The Last of the Wild Ones, $24.99. Johnny Van Zant Band, Last of the Wild Ones. All right, next Japanese auctions, or next auction. There's actually some U.S. and Holland stuff in here, too, that I guess this didn't get, for some reason, I guess we got from Japan. I'm not for sure, so let's put these up for auction. We have Billy Joe, 52nd Street, and Jeff Beck Flash. These are going to be $25 starts. Billy Joe, 52nd Street. Let's take a look at it. And this is your typical near mint and pristine Japanese vinyl. Billy Joe, 52nd Street. In a nice new anti-static there for you. That's a $25 start, Billy Joe. It includes a lyric insert and the original inner sleeve and a very nice cover with Obi. Just a $25 start on 52nd Street, Billy Joe. Also, Jeff Beck Flash. Near mint and pristine Japanese vinyl. In shrink wrap with Obi. This is also a $25 start. So there's the LP. Comes with this Japanese booklet. It has the shrink wrap and the Obi. $25 start on that. $25 start on Jeff Beck Flash. So $25 and $25 start on those. Shane Devers wants a Black Sabbath. I'm assuming he wants Black Sabbath self-titled on the purple splatter vinyl. Make sure I didn't miss any other claims on there. David Eberly also wants on the Coverdale Page. Now, that's not the album Coverdale Page. That's Coverdale and Page Live. It's a live unofficial studio broadcast. Just so you'll know, the Coverdale Page album is not in print. It hadn't been repressed, I think, since the 90s. Officially. The all-time greatest hits of Roy Orbison, $24.99. All-time greatest hits of Roy Orbison. Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Heart is $34.99. That's in shrink wrap, Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Heart. Healing, Todd Rundgren. Healing is $19.99 for Todd Rundgren. We have Johnny Rivers Road, $9.99. Johnny Rivers Road, that's in partial shrink wrap, $9.99. Yes, I have more of these Black Sabbath. Like I said, on our back wall, I thought they were just extras of the 2012 remasters, but they were actually the purple vinyl. They got mixed in with the others. So I think I've got 3 or 4 more of those. Outlaws, Hurry Sundown is $19.99. We have Spyro Gyra, $9.99. Spyro Gyra, $9.99. País Tropical, Sergio Mendes and Brazil, 77, $12.99. Olivia Newton-John, Have You Ever Been Mellow? And that is $9.99. Olivia Newton-John. The Hatfields and the McCoys, The Great Vendetta by Jimmy Wofford, Hatfield and McCoys, $19.99. And Open Road, Donovan, $16.99. Stevens at 25 on Billy Joe. Going once, going twice. Final call if you want to get a bid in on Jeff Beck. And let's pull John Smetzer a Black Sabbath self-titled on purple splatter vinyl. And Tanner, we actually may have to go to the back wall and get those. That's where the rest are at. I brought one up here. I think I put one in the bin and it's already sold. And there should be 2 or 3 more on the, it looks, you'll see the spines, just like that. Probably go ahead and bring the rest up so we can keep them up here. I also got a $25 bid on Jeff Beck. We have Bobby Gentry and Glenn Campbell, $9.99. And we have Tammy Wynette's Greatest Hits, Stand By Your Man, $9.99. Tammy Wynette, $9.99. It's Gonna Take a Miracle, Laura Nero, is $19.99. Randy Newman, Trouble in Paradise, is $19.99. And another spiral gyro, we had one of those already, $9.99. Paul Gill, Gill Quadruple 07, takes Tammy Wynette. John Smetzer, there's your Black Sabbath. If anybody else, it looks like we got 3 left on the purple and black splatter. Tammy Wynette, so to Paul Gill. I'll take the Jazz Crusaders. Mark, there was actually 3 in that last bin. So if you, or the bin that had those in there, if you could let me know which one you want. Let me see if I can get all those together. Jazz Crusaders. There's the first one. There was 3. There's the second one. And here's the, oh no, he wants just the Jazz Crusaders. Ah, not the Crusaders. Yes, there was only one Jazz Crusaders. Powerhouse. It is, no condition notes. That's so to Mark Lent. Okay, so we were at that. Now we're at this, which is the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. That's $34.99 for Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. And Juice Newton and Silver Spur, Come to Me, $9.99. Great, the Golden Hits of Gene Pitney, that's in shrink wrap, $9.99. And Terry Reid, Seed of Memory. Terry Reid is, whoa, I was about to say, isn't that very hard to get? $119.99. Terry Reid is $119.99. When I first pulled that up, I was like, wait a second, because I've had a lot of people ask me about this before. $119.99. That's a 1976 white label promo. 1976 white label promo. It is in shrink wrap and it has a clip corner. That's writing on the shrink wrap. Or is it actually on the cover? That's on the shrink wrap. So you can easily take that off if you're careful with it. $119.99. Terry Reid, Seed of Memory. $119.99. That is a white label promo. Poco from the inside. Poco is $9.99. Don Henley, Building the Perfect Beast, $19.99 on Don Henley. Greetings from Tim Buck 3. Tim Buck 3 is $19.99. And Peter Wolf, Lights Out, $19.99. Let's end these auctions. Billy Joe was sold to Stephen Chesney for $25. And Carol Puckett got Jeff Beck for $25. Those are sold and sold. There's the Black Sabbath again. 3 copies left on the splatter vinyl. Brian Miller on D.O. He might have meant D.H. for Don Henley. We'll find out. Terry Reid, yeah, that is a record. Brian Miller doesn't want Don Henley. That's a record we are asked about quite often. I don't think it's ever really been repressed. If it has, not anytime recently. And yeah, those are not easy to get. The Doobie Brothers, Captain and Me. This is a $25 start. It is near mint and pristine vinyl. Very, very nice. Has the lyric insert with it. Light foxing on the lyric insert and some light foxing on the front cover and the back. The gatefold is nice. Not really any discoloration on that. One piece of Obi on the tape. That's a $25 start for the Doobie Brothers, the Captain and Me. Great album. And REO Speedwagon is pristine. This is actually, oh yes, I think I showed this already. It is sealed. A sealed copy from Japan of REO Speedwagon Good Trouble. $25 start. Sealed REO Speedwagon Good Trouble with the hype sticker. That one didn't come with an Obi, obviously. It is sealed. $25 start. John Lill on Peter Wolf. And Christina, we've already sold Don Henley. Black Sabbath on splatter is $36.99. Terry Reid is a 1976 OG white label promo, $119.99. And it has the insert with it. It does have a clip corner, and it has the original inner sleeve as well. So inner sleeve, insert, near mint vinyl, pristine. That is $119.99 on Terry Reid. Terry Reid. David Eberle's at $25 on REO. Looking for a $25 on the Doobie Brothers. Van Morrison, A Sense of Wonder, $29.99 on Van Morrison. Joe Walsh, The Smoker You Drink, The Player You Get, $19.99. Spirit, Feedback, $19.99 on Spirit Feedback. Black Sabbath, sold to Michael Nath. There's now 2 of those left. We have another Bob Seger with Hype Sticker, The Distance, featuring Shame on the Moon. We sold one of those, I think one of the first records in the crate, $29.99. Christina, we've already sold Don Henley. Spooky Tooth, Spooky 2. Spooky Tooth is $19.99. Brian Tyler also wants a Black Sabbath. 1 copy left. Black Sabbath self-titled. Jefferson Airplane, 30 Seconds Over Winterland, $24.99. Also, Final Call on REO Speedwagon, a sealed copy of Good Trouble. Looking for more than $25. It's a Final Call, sealed copy. Wolf's Council on ST, which is Spooky Tooth, and Jared Benoit gets the last Black Sabbath self-titled on splatter vinyl. Now, for $3 less, I have the black vinyl, which is the 2012 remaster. And I will try my best to get more of those, but I think the skew is gone, which means I think the print run is finished. But that's what the other ones look like. This red and black Hype Sticker, 180 gram, 2012 remaster. That's $33.99. We'll keep Black Sabbath on queue on here all night. Maybe we'll sell some more. Moose is here. We're selling a lot of Black Sabbath all of a sudden. Any comment, Moose? He says keep it up. Okay, so it's up to y'all to keep buying more Black Sabbath. I'll bring over a copy of Paranoid here in a second. Frank Sinatra. What did I just say? Frank Sinatra, All the Way, $14.99. We have another Sinatra. This is Some Nice Things I've Missed. I don't think I've ever had that one. $14.99. And we have Donna Summer, Once Upon a Time, $14.99. All right, these auctions are done. Henry's Choice gets the David Bowie. The Doobie Brothers. Henry's Choice gets the Doobie Brothers for $25. And I consider that a steal on a sealed Japanese pressing of REO Speedwagon. David Eberle gets that for $25. Those are sold and sold. The Supremes sing Holland Dozier and Holland, $16.99. Jackie Reynolds on Donna Summer. Thompson Twins is still available. There's some great records in here that hadn't been claimed. Tom Petty, Miles Davis, and Thompson Twins is one of them. Shrink Wrap and Hype Sticker, $24.99. There's the Supremes. Sinatra is $14.99, and that is the Turtles, $14.99 on the Turtles. Now, I finally got and rediscovered the other 2 bins of autographed records. I was going to bring some up here tonight, but we haven't got to them yet. I do have some great autographs still we hadn't got to from that Atlanta collection. I know we've been selling Atlanta stuff for almost a year now. We bought that, well, no, I guess that was what, last October? That was the last time I've ever been sick, too. I felt deathly sick on that trip. Thanks to Henry and Tanner for pretty much moving all of the 10,000 records. I could barely stand up. Fred Carnell on Thompson Twins, and Christina, you were second on that. So Fred Carnell was first to that. I'm just going to read through these titles. Before I do that, I'm going to introduce our next auctions. Our next auctions is Vandenberg and Bryan Adams Into the Fire. Vandenberg is a near mint and pristine Japanese pressing. $15 start for Vandenberg. Nothing wrong with that one. Near mint and pristine vinyl. It has the Japanese insert with it. It has a very nice cover, as in absolutely nothing wrong with it. Obi, $15 start on Vandenberg, and Bryan Adams Into the Fire is a $25 start. This is a near mint and pristine Japanese pressing. Very clean copy. It has the Japanese insert. It has just a little bit of foxing right along the back and the back of this insert. I think that's the only place I really see discoloration on it. Just a couple spots on that. Wolf's Council is in at $25 on Vandenberg. We're looking for a $25 start on Bryan Adams Into the Fire. 15 on Vandenberg, now 25. Fred Carnell, you got the Thompson twins. Let's do a bin of putbacks after this. So let me show these, and then we're going to do a bin of putbacks, and I've got 2 more crates of vintage too. So Tanner, which bin do we want to do first? A lot of that new and sealed stuff, or recent putbacks, or let's do a lot of the most recent stuff. So, okay, let's go through these titles. If you need any prices, let me know. Sparks, we have Cat Stevens, Glenn Campbell, Savoy Brown, Sonny and Cher, Southside Johnny, Quicksilver Messenger Service and Steve Miller Band, Todd Rundgren, Spyro Gyra, Spanking Our Game, Miles Davis, Tom Petty, Jean Luc, Radio, Poco, Three Dog Night, Santana, Johnny Van Zant, Roy Orbison, Lou Reed, Todd Rundgren, The Outlaws, Johnny Rivers, Spyro Gyra, Sergio Mendez, Olivia Newton-John, Hatfields and McCoys, Donovan, Bobby Gentry, Glenn Campbell, Laura Nero, Randy Newman, Spyro Gyra, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Juice Newton, Gene Pitney, Poco, Tim Buck 3, Terry Reed, Van Morrison, Jared McLaughlin, Van Denberg. I think he's about to bid. We have Joe Walsh, Spirit, Bob Seeger, Jefferson Airplane. We have Sinatra, All the Way, John Smetzer. Sinatra, All the Way. Sinatra, Some Nice Things I've Missed. The Supremes and Sinatra, and the Turtles. That was Santana Inner Secrets. Santana Inner Secrets is $19.99. So, final call on Vandenberg. We're at $25 with Wolves Council. No bids yet on Brian Adams, Into the Fire. Looking for a $25 start on that. Stacy Brown wants the Bob Seeger. That's so to Stacy Brown on Bob Seeger, where that was right in here. That's so to Stacy Brown. And if anybody wants anything from this bin, it will be right here behind me. So those are relatively still available. Did I go through these? I don't think I showed this. It was pulled for auction, but I hadn't shown it yet. Let me go ahead and show it. This is $44.99. Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? It's on green vinyl. Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? $44.99 on green vinyl from 2015. That is $44.99. Okay, this next bin we're about to do is called Putbacks and Non-Payments. The first thing was an auction. We had a buyer hop on for the first night, and he was buying kind of radically. And usually if we have a first-time buyer that's kind of buying radically, sometimes we're like, well, let's try to go ahead and get payment. And we never got payment. And this was the first, one of the first things I think he bought that night. It was sold at auction. It's a super-duper nice copy of Herbie Hancock's Headhunters. Let's put that up for a $55 start. $55 start. This is a 1973 OG Pittman press. There's the original identification sticker. $55 start, and this is Herbie Hancock Headhunters. Very nice copy, 1973. The vinyl is near mint minus. Let's go ahead and sell Vandenberg for $25 to Wolves Council. If anybody wants Brian Adams is a $25 start. Are there any Wayne crates left? We have probably went through about 20% of Wayne's collection. We've went through about 20% of Wayne's collection. The rest is still back there untouched, and we really hadn't got to it yet. So they kind of work on it about once a week. We at least do 2 or 3 crates out of there. So $55 start on that. And let me grab the rest of the crate. That was one of the big auction items in here. There may be other items in here that sold at auction, and I usually just show them again for that same auction price. So here's a whole crate of mostly non-payments and putbacks. So first record, we have Herbie Hancock is a $55 start. Let me pull something else. Wow, did no one buy Brian Adams? $25 Brian Adams on Into the Fire. Let's see what else we have over here. I don't know if I've actually ever showed the Dale's Japanese pressing. This is the Dale's Oh What a Night. This is a $15 start for the Dale's Oh What a Night. It is a near mint and pristine Japanese pressing. This is the Dale's Oh What a Night. Japanese pressing. The vinyl is near mint minus, pristine. There's the lyric insert, and there's the cover with Obi. Vintage collection is what the Obi says. $15 start on that. First on the putbacks. The Rolling Stones, Big Hits, High Tide and Green Grass. This is a 1974 UK press. 74 UK press on the Rolling Stones. Big Hits, High Tide and Green Grass, $34.99. Wow, The Best of Tommy James and the Shondells, $19.99. Gatefold on the roulette label. One of my favorites here, $19.99. Tommy Flowers is in on the Dells for $15. Whipped Cream. Wow, how could somebody not pay for this? A VG copy, $12.99. Whipped Cream and Other Delights. Wow. VG, $12.99. We have The Best of Loretta Lynn, $24.99. That's interesting. It's a 2 LP compilation from Country Music Magazine, $24.99 on The Best of Loretta Lynn. Variations, Andrew Lloyd Webber, $12.99. That's in shrink wrap. We have Now Millennium 2000 and 2001, $54.99. $54.99. Jackie Reynolds, first claim out of this bin is Whipped Cream and Other Delights. That's so to Jackie Reynolds. Now Yearbook 86. Some of these went out of stock and out of print. I don't know if I can get them anymore. This may be one of them. $59.99. That's a triple LP purple vinyl. Leslie Holt on ALW. That's Andrew Lloyd Webber. And we have Randy Travis, Always and Forever. A VG copy for $12.99. Final Call on the Dells. Tommy Flowers has that for $15. And Final Call if you want in on Herbie Hancock. Final Call if you want in on Herbie Hancock for a $55 start. That is Headhunters. It's a 73 Pittman OG copy. That's very nice. Shane Devers is first to Randy Travis. How often do we get Sticky Fingers? We got them. We got a bunch that are low grade, but we get them we actually get them often, I would say. We don't put a lot out because they're usually low grade. I'm walking over here right quick to grab me a bottle of water. I'm out of energy drink. I could desperately use a refill, but the show must go on. The show must go on. Right, Seth? Excuse me while I'm drinking water. We won't want me to pass out. We don't want Chad to pass out. Okay, next is Shades of Deep Purple. This is a 68 Terre Haute. Shades of Deep Purple, $26.99 on Shades of Deep Purple. $26.99. Cinderella, Night Songs, new and sealed for Music on Vinyl. New and sealed for Music on Vinyl, $38.99. Heart, Dog and Butterfly, VG copy, $9.99. America's Greatest Country Stars live and in person, $9.99 on that. The Rolling Stones, It's Only Rock and Roll, a VG copy, $14.99. The Rolling Stones, It's Only Rock and Roll. And Tell Me Why, Don't Talk to Strangers, the Beau Brummels, is VG, $14.99. The Dells is sold to Tommy Flowers for $15. If anybody wants Herbie Hancock, Headhunters, $55 buy it now. Herbie Hancock Headhunters, 73 Pittman, near mint. That's a $55 buy it now. That's the only thing that has not sold tonight on the auction block. And Bryan Adams, except Bryan Adams, which is a $25 buy it now. That's Into the Fire. So 55 and 25 on those. And by the way, we still got Black Sabbath over here for $33.99. I never did grab Paranoid. Let me do that. Paranoid is, actually I hadn't shown this one in a while. This is Master of Reality. This is a 2012 remaster. Black Sabbath Master of Reality. These are new and sealed. It's a gatefold remaster, $33.99. First track is Sweet Leaf, $33.99 on Master of Reality. The Rolling Stones was a VG copy for $14.99. Introducing the Beau Brummels is VG, $9.99. Now Yearbook, this is sold to Thomas Bowman. Now Yearbook 86, that's sold to Thomas Bowman. Eddie Money is a VG Plus for $17.99. Sherry Martell wants the Rolling Stones. We have Megadeth, Dystopia. This is new and sealed. New and sealed, $29.99 on Megadeth, Dystopia. Ministry, The Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste. Ministry is $44.99 on Ministry. G-Love and Special Sauce. G-Love is $44.99. Ministry and G-Love are both sealed and new Music on Vinyl pressings. Leaders of the Pack, Volume 1, $12.99 on Leaders of the Pack. Tony Bennett, Who Can I Turn To? Tony Bennett is $9.99. Megadeth is sold to Clay Moore. We have more of these if anybody else is interested in one. We do have more Megadeth. More Sinatra, Try a Little Tenderness. Frank Sinatra is $14.99. Curtis Blow, The Breaks with B-side, The Breaks Instrumental from 1980, $24.99. Next two auctions. probably going to be here out of the Japanese bin. We have Jefferson Starship, and we have a No Obi. We have a No Obi Asia. A No Obi Asia and a Jefferson Starship. These are both going to be $15 starts. Jefferson Starship Spitfire. This is a Japanese pressing, near mint and pristine vinyl. Jefferson Starship Spitfire, very nice. It also includes a very nice insert and a 2-page Japanese flip. This one has nothing wrong with it. I see no foxing, no discoloration. Hold the phone. There's a light piece of tape residue on top of the Obi. That's the only thing I can see majorly wrong with this album. $15 start on that. And this is a Japanese press, so you're going to get your typical Japanese quality with this, with the vinyl and the insert and the cover. Just no Obi. $15 start on Asia self-titled. So 15 and 15 on those. Asia at Jefferson Starship. We have Def Leppard Pyromania, a VG copy, $32.99. The cover's in shrink wrap. VG on the vinyl, $32.99. Todd Rundgren, Back to the Bars, $29.99 for Todd Rundgren, Back to the Bars. The Best of Rod Stewart is $29.99. That's a 2LP, very nice compilation for Rod Stewart. ZZ Top Fandango, EX condition on Fandango, that is $32.99. ZZ Top Fandango. And this is, I think, something we might have auctioned. A trophy? Socialized Hate. Let me just lay that up there because we can't auction it right now, but we'll get to it in just a second. Big Country. This doesn't have a price on it either. That might have been auctioned because it's a perfect copy. Craig Johnson wants Rod and ZZ Top. Those are both sold to Rod, or it's both sold to Craig. Christina, Asia's an auction, so if you want to bid on it, put Asia, 15. These are auctions back here. These are not buy it nows. That's a $15 start, and so is Jefferson Starship. A trophy. Atrophy. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. Atrophy. The Best of Straubs, $19.99. The Best of Straubs. We have the Woman in Red soundtrack. This was sold at auction for $25. If anybody wants it, it's a $25 buy it now. That's the Stevie Wonder Woman in Red soundtrack. $25 buy it now on that. Eddie Money, Life for the Taken. Eddie Money is EX $19.99. EX $19.99. Eddie Money, Life for the Taken. And the Greatest Hits from England, Volume 2. Greatest Hits from England, $16.99. That's a $16.99, no condition notes compilation. The Zombies, Lulu, Them, featuring Van Morrison. Procol Harum, A Wider Shade of Pale is on there. We have John Smetzer on Eddie Money. That's sold to John Smetzer. And Grover Washington Jr. Wine Light, $9.99, featuring just the two of us. $9.99 Grover Washington. Soundgarden is $33.99. Christina is in on Asia for $15. Going twice, going 3 times. Final call on Jefferson Starship. Odyssey. Odyssey is EX, $9.99. Odetta at the Gate of Horn. Odetta is $34.99. We also have Foreigner 4, which I guess we sold at auction. So let me set that aside. We have New and Sealed Black Flag, Slip It In, $33.99. The Rolling Stones Beggar's Banquet. That must have been sold at auction because there's no price on that. Judgment Night soundtrack, $44.99. Mindless Self-Indulgence, If, $44.99. Blackfoot Strikes, EX condition, $17.99. And Madonna, Like a Virgin, $29.99. Henry's Choice is at $15 on Spitfire. These are both sold. Asia is sold to Christina V for $15, and Henry's Choice gets Jefferson Starship for $15. How much for Proco? That is a compilation, just to be clear. Original hits by the original artist, the Greatest Hits from England. That is $16.99, Joshua. Alan Hevelone wants Odyssey. That's right here. That's sold to Alan. Soundgarden is $33.99, Shane Devers, $33.99. Sherry Darnell, the comp was $16.99. Great on Soundgarden and Year. This is mint and pristine, sealed, $33.99. This is a new pressing, $33.99. And Joshua, who did? Oh, Sherry did. Okay, Sherry was claiming it. Joshua said thank you. So Joshua, if you're passing, that's sold to Sherry Darnell. Yes, this is new and sealed Soundgarden. I highly doubt there would be a Soundgarden in the non-paid bin, but you never know. And Shane Devers said sold, and he asked about Soundgarden as well. I have more of these. I have many more of these. So if anybody else wants a Soundgarden, $33.99. If somebody bought an OG of that and didn't pay for it, I would have to they would definitely get blocked, not paying for OG Soundgarden. You risk getting blocked, not paying for new Soundgarden. Come on. That's so to Shane Devers and Jason Dobb. So let me do some sorting so I can keep the new stuff separate from the OG so there's no confusion here. Let's see. There's that, and some of the stuff that sold at auction. We may just re-auction it again. Not mostly OG stuff in here. Not a lot of new vinyl put back, or not. Some of these may be putbacks too, or non-payments. One of the two. If anybody else wants a Soundgarden, let me know. Okay, so the new stuff was Now Millennium, 2000, 2001, $54.99, 2LP red vinyl. We have Cinderella Night Songs, $38.99. Ministry is $44.99. G-Love is $44.99. Black Flag, $33.99. Judgment Night, $44.99. And Mindless Self-Indulgence is $44.99. The Loretta Lynn was called The Best of Loretta Lynn, and that was a 2LP comp produced by Country Music Magazine, $24.99. That was probably something sold through a magazine, I would say. You could have ordered through a magazine. Louder Than Love is one of the few Soundgardens not available. We have A-Sides, which is their greatest hits. We have Screaming Life and Fop, Down on the Upside, Super Unknown, and Bad Motor Finger. And I feel like I'm forgetting something. 5 Soundgardens. Super Unknown, A-Sides, Screaming Life and Fop, Bad Motor Finger, and Down on the Upside. Yeah, there's 5 Soundgarden albums pretty much in print and available right now. So those are the 5. We got multiples of all of them. So Louder Than Love is, I guess, probably next on the list. The Rolling Stones, Tommy James and the Shondells, Shades of Deep Purple, Heart, Dog, and Butterfly, America's Greatest Country Stars, the Beau Brummels, Eddie Money, Leaders of the Pack, Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett, Curtis Blow, Def Leppard, Todd Rundgren, Straubs, Grover Washington, Odetta, Blackfoot, and Madonna. And Live from the Artist Den, yes, which is currently at a blowout price of $44.99. Let me show that because I have 2 extras to sell whenever those get here this week. $74.99 for the Rolling Stones, High Tide, and Green Grass. $34.99 on that, Sherry. $34.99 on that. Let me go over here and grab one of these Soundgarden box sets so I can show them. Are those over here? I might have already brought them closer to me. There's putbacks. There's new vinyl from last night. I got to pull the stuff from that video. And let's see, Madonna and Loretta Lynn prices. Madonna, Leslie Holt, Madonna was $29.99. That's Like a Virgin. Original inner sleeve, $29.99. The Best of Loretta Lynn was $24.99. And Jackie Reynolds wants the Heart album up here. Jackie Reynolds does want the Heart album that's out of here. That's sold to Jackie Reynolds. Heart, Dog, Butterfly. Okay, so there was a couple things up here that I guess didn't get paid for that was originally auctioned. That was one of them. $25 buy it now if anybody wants Stevie Wonder, Woman in Red. Leslie wants And Now. That was Now Millennium 2000, 2001 was $54.99. Red vinyl sealed 2LP. Let's auction first the Rolling Stones, Beggar's Banquet. Don't get this one too often, especially if it's in nice condition. So far, so good. It has a nice, clean cover and very nice vinyl. It does have some scuffing up here. Nothing that I think would affect play. Actually, you have to hit the light just right to see it. Side 1 is very clean, so we'll call this EX Plus. So I really wouldn't call this a check condition record. I think this is the original London inner sleeve that came with it. This is a $25 start. $25 start on the Rolling Stones Beggar's Banquet. That's Blue London. $25 start. Leslie says she'll take all 3 of those. So that was Now Yearbook, and then Madonna and Loretta Lynn. Those are all 3 sold to Leslie Holt. Now, Madonna, and Loretta Lynn. Sherry's at $25 on the Rolling Stones. Any other request out of here? And let's go ahead and get the other auction started, which was a non-payment for Foreigner 4. $25 start on this. Near mint and pristine Japanese vinyl on Foreigner 4. Near mint and pristine Japanese pressing. Really nice copy. $25 start on that. 3 bidders on the Stones. Sherry was first Sherry was first. We have a couple of like random miscellaneous bins behind the counter as well. Some of it may just be random stuff we found here and there. Some of it may be non-payments. Some of it is putbacks. And I'm going to go through those right now. So I think it's some stuff that like we set aside, extra copies. Some stuff is putbacks. Some things were special orders. So let's go through some more right here. So this is another random miscellaneous bin. This could be anything. So we'll just call this not a vintage bin, not a new bin, not a putback bin. This is just a bin of records, even though it says putbacks on the front. That was my notes. I did a lot of sorting the other night of stuff behind the counter. We have just stray records everywhere. Right, Moose? They're everywhere, aren't they?
Everywhere.
There's a lot of records here. Would you agree? Moose says we don't have enough Aussie, which is true. I think in print, the other night I showed Memoirs of a Madman, which is his greatest hits. We sold both copies and then had a waiting list. And the other Aussie I brought out, I never did show. Let's see. We sold we have no new Aussie in stock. That's an atrocity. Yep, they were mixed in over here with the Rush albums. We got Iron Maiden bin, a Prince bin, 2 Pearl Jam bins, 2 Nirvana bins, a Judas Priest bin, a Van Halen bin, a U2 bin. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 bins dedicated to Rush. 2 Motley Crue bins, 2 Slayer bins, 3 Motley Crue bins. Wow, we got a lot of Motley Crue all of a sudden. 2 Pantera bins, an Overkill bin, a whole bin of nothing but Days of the New. I bet we have 100 copies of the Days of the New album. Singles, and then Leonard Skinner and a Tears for Fears bin. That's some of the custom bins over here. Y'all don't usually get to see those a lot. So we have no Aussie albums. Let's make a note to order Aussie records. So, okay, Rolling Stones. We are at, let's see, Rolling Stones 35, Rolling Stones 30, Rolling Stones 40. We have Rolling Stones 50. No bid yet on Foreigner. Looking for a $25 start on hit. Let's see what we have in here. Brett McKenzie, Songs Without Jokes, $31.99. Brett McKenzie, Songs Without Jokes, Loser Edition, Limited Edition, first pressing on colored vinyl. That's from Sub Pop, $31.99. Brett McKenzie. Primus, Green Naugahyde, 10th Anniversary Deluxe Edition, 2 LPs on ghostly green colored vinyl, 45 RPM, $41.99 on Primus. Brett McKenzie, Primus. The White Stripes, Distill, or however you say that, $41.99, DSTIJL, $41.99 on the White Stripes. The White Stripes self-titled is $41.99. White Stripes. Low Trust, $34.99. All analog, $34.99 on Low Trust. Depeche Mode, $69.99. This is Depeche Mode, A Broken Frame, the 12-inch single, $69.99 on Depeche Mode. Weezer, The Green Album, $29.99. Weezer, The Green Album. Humble Pie, The Best of Humble Pie, $19.99. Nucleus, Jam on Revenge. Nucleus is $39.99 from 1984. Jam on Revenge. George Harrison, Cloud 9, $24.99. Jeff Beck, Blow by Blow. That's a VG Plus, $14.99. And Buddy Holly, The Crickets, 20 Golden Greats, VG Plus, $14.99. Okay, the Rolling Stones is sold to Craig Johnson for $50. Craig Johnson gets the Rolling Stones for $50. If anybody wants if anybody wants Foreigner 4, that goes up here with the other buy it nows. $25 buy it now on Foreigner 4. Hopefully somebody's waiting on that. That's a steal. That's sold to Brent Robley for $25. First question, is Weezer an OG? Weezer, I doubt, is an OG. This is a 2016. 2016, $29.99. Fred Carnell gets Humble Pie. That's sold to Fred Carnell. Matthew Christ on BM, which was, it was not, maybe Brett McKenzie. Let me know for sure on that. There's Brett McKenzie, Primus, White Stripes, Low, Depeche Mode, Nucleus, George Harrison, Jeff Beck, Buddy Holly, and Weezer. Paranoid. I never did show that. No one claimed a Master of Reality. We sold out of the purple splatter vinyl. Here's Paranoid. Paranoid is also part of that 2012 remaster series. These are $33.99. Black Sabbath Paranoids, $33.99. I have those in stock. Next is Overkill, Under the Influence, $34.99 on Overkill. Talking Head 77 is $31.99. Days of the New, there's a copy. Days of the New, $44.99 for Days of the New. Audio Slave is $59.99. Audio Slave. Blackberry Smoke, The Southern Ground Sessions, Orange Crush Vinyl, $28.99. Rush, Fly By Night, new and sealed in the perforated bag, $39.99. Judas Priest Turbo is $28.99. Nirvana Nevermind is $36.99. And the Monkees Greatest Hits is $28.99. All the 2012 Black Sabbath are $33.99. Self-titled, Master of Reality, Paranoid. We also have Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, and maybe one other. We may have, we had one in the other bin. We had Never Say Die as well. Chris Frazier wants a Paranoid. Chris Frazier wants a Paranoid. I'll pull that right here for Chris Frazier. Paranoid. Chris, there's your Paranoid. Okay, Monkees Greatest Hits. That's a fairly new release. How about some Anthrax? This is the limited edition 10-inch Fistful of Metal, Armed and Dangerous on colored vinyl. $33.99. Those are not available anymore. Anthrax. Boy George is $24.99. That's a 1987 French pressing. In shrink wrap, $24.99. Joshua wants a Master of Reality. That's sold to Joshua. Bill Withers, Greatest Hits. A fantastic, I was trying to find the right adjective, a fantastic sounding MoFi pressing, $49.99. Peter Espinoza on Anthrax. That's sold to Peter. We have The Police, Regatta de Blanc. This is $49.99. It's a 10-inch 2LP gatefold, $49.99. David Gilmour, On an Island, $36.99. Jeff Buckley, Grace is $31.99. Poison, Flesh and Blood, $31.99. Alice in Chains, Rock AM, 2006 Festival Broadcast, $39.99. Steely Dan, Can't Buy a Thrill, $36.99. Matthew Christ did want the Brett McKenzie, the first record in the band. That's sold to Matthew Christ. Iron Maiden, The Final Frontier, $49.99. And U2 Live, Under a Blood Red Sky, $34.99. So that was our second putback bin. That was U2, Iron Maiden, Steely Dan, Alice in Chains, Poison, Jeff Buckley, David Gilmour, The Police, Bill Withers, Boy George, The Monkees, Nirvana, Judas Priest, Rush, Blackberry Smoke, Audio Slave, Days of the News, Talking Heads, Overkill, Weezer, Buddy Holly, Jeff Beck, George Harrison, Nucleus, Depeche Mode, Low, White Stripes, and Primus. Craig Johnson says he'll take The Police. This is sold to Craig Johnson. 10-inch, 2LP of Regatta de Blanc. Rachel Christopher on Talking Head 77, new and sealed for $31.99. That's sold to Rachel Christopher. All right, we're on a Black Sabbath run. I'm going to have to order more. So I've already showed Master of Reality. I've showed, here's one I forgot. One of the most important ones. Volume 4. This is probably my personal favorite. Wow. Black Sabbath Volume 4. The hype sticker reads, 180-gram vinyl, 2012 remastered audio, features the classic Tomorrow's Dream and Snowblind. Also, Wheels of Confusion, Tomorrow's Dream, Under the Sun, and Supernaut. That's $33.99. That's a fantastic album. The Police was $49.99. And we have Craig Johnson wants a Soundgarden Super Unknown. That was actually our last copy. I need to order a few more of those. Soundgarden Super Unknown featuring Black Hole Sun and Let Me Down, or Let Me Drown, and My Way. Fell on Black Days is on there as well. And I have missed a very important one. Spoon Man. Spoon Man's on that one. Soundgarden, $49.99. Nucleus. Nucleus was $39.99. Nucleus Jam On Revenge from 1984, $39.99. All right, I've got another bin of putbacks, and I'm going to go ahead and go through those as well. Or actually, can I get my iPhone charger that's behind the counter? David Polkey wants a Poison. Is there a... Let me go grab that. Let me get that iPhone charger. Or maybe I'm on 4% and I need to see it for comments. Whose giant piece of cake is that there? Anybody that wants it. Was there an iPhone charger right in this area here? Not that one, the one that was plugged in here. There's another one. Oh, here it is. It's right here in front of me. Take this. This is the best charger of all time. Let's see. Let's grab this crate here. See what we have. All right. Am I going to sell a trophy? Yes, right now. That's our next auctions. We had Big Country and a trophy. Say that again, Tanner. Atrophy. For some reason, my brain just don't want to say that. Atrophy. Socialized Hate on Road Racer. This is a 1988 U.S. press with the original inner sleeve. No condition notes. That is a $25 start. $25 start on that. Big Country, The Crossing. Big Country, The Crossing. Near mint in shrink wrap. Inner sleeve. $20 start on Big Country, The Crossing. That was two more we sold at auction and they didn't get paid for. Let me set my comments right here. Let's put up this next crate. So this next crate is another what I would call like a bin. I think it's got a lot of mostly new and sealed stuff, but just all kinds of randomness in it. I don't think a lot of it's technically putbacks or non-payments, but we'll see what's in here. We have Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 2, $49.99. Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 2, $49.99. Velvet Underground and Nico, $36.99. That's the Abbey Road Half Speed Master. I highly recommend that one. Monster Magnet, $29.99. Last Patrol, Monster Magnet Last Patrol, $29.99. Monster Magnet Spine of God, that's $29.99. Monster Magnet, Monster Magnet. The Black Crows presents Shake Your Money Maker. That's a 2LP green vinyl that's live with a 7-inch green vinyl as well. $44.99 on the Black Crows. In the Fade soundtrack, music by Josh Homme, $36.99. That's new and sealed for music on vinyl. Number 58 out of how many? 2,000. Run the Jewels is Quattro. This is the Run the Jewels Reimagine their fourth album, $49.99 on Run the Jewels. The Muppets movie, $43.99. Muppets movie, that's on yellow vinyl. Disney Muppets movie, $43.99. This is Pentagram Home Video, pressed on 180 gram vinyl. This is $29.99. Pentagram Home Video. $39.99, excuse me. $39.99 on that. Sturgill Simpson, Sound and Fury is $28.99. Sturgill Simpson and Kings of Leon Walls, $29.99. Kings of Leon Walls, $29. Most of these are new and sealed. Run DMC, Tougher Than Leather, $29.99. Ghost, and this one's in Pira, Orchid Vinyl with bonus stickers. Wow, this comes with stickers. $28.99. Shane Devers on SS, and that was... SS was Sturgill Simpson. That's sold to Shane Devers. This is David Cross, Oh Come On. Comedy Dynamics Original, $34.99. 2LP. Also have Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, and this is called 846 or maybe 846. $31.99 on Dave Chappelle. That is now long out of print. Kevin Smith, Silent But Deadly. $39.99 for Kevin Smith, and Bumpin' Mics with Jeff Ross and Dave Attell, $39.99. We have is Atrophy OG. Yes, Atrophy is OG. Darren Warman wants Monster Magnet Last Patrol. I think that was the first one I showed here. Yep, Monster Magnet Last Patrol. This is Kyle Kinhane. Kihahe. I don't think there's no N in that, so or is there? I guess that's another H. $74.99. I liked his old stuff better. $74.99. $74.99. 80s movies collected. This is $59.99. These have we used to have these in stock. This is a great compilation. If you missed out on this originally, number 61, 2500 limited edition white vinyl, $59.99. And this is an awesome 80s movies hits compilation, $59.99. Wolves Council wants Monster Magnet Spine of God. That's sold to Wolves Council. Looking for $25 starts on Atrophy and Big Country. Final call. If you want to bid, now's the time. Sex Pistols, Spunk, the demos, $33.99 for Sex Pistols. This is Guided by Voices, B1000. Guided by Voices is $36.99. Iggy Pop, Post Pop Depression, $26.99. Caius, The Best of Caius from the Run Out Groove, that's on blue vinyl, $38.99. The Velvet Underground, a documentary film by Todd Haynes, $31.99. Music from the motion picture. Smashing Pumpkins, Pure Acoustic, Smashing Pumpkins Unplugged, $39.99. Brothers of a Feather, that's Chris and Rich Robinson, $34.99. Flight of the Conchords, live in London, $34.99. Mother's Milk, Red Hot Chili Peppers, $31.99. We actually have a waiting list for that. Those just came back in stock. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Foo Fighters is $29.99. Sinead O'Connor's $34.99. Let me pull that. We actually have a waiting list for that. If anybody else wants one, I've got more on the way. That's Red Hot Chili Peppers' Mother's Milk. Joshua wants the Caius. That's sold to Joshua. We also have White Stripes Elephant. That's another one of the colored vinyl anniversary editions, $49.99. Moral Hygiene by Ministry, $26.99. Green Vinyl, $26.99. This is the Dead Milkmen. It is. Welcome to the End of the World. Dead Milkmen's $29.99. Beastie Boys, some old BS. Beastie Boys, $29.99. Beastie Boys Root Down on colored vinyl, $29.99. Beastie Boys, this is featuring Nas, Too Many Rappers. That is sealed 12-inch, $9.99. Robert Johnson on DM, Dead Milkmen. I'm going to go ahead and end these auctions and make them $25 buy it now. Atrophy, Socialized Hate is a $25 buy it now. And Big Country, The Crossing, that's a perfect copy in shrink wrap. Brian Tyler gets Atrophy for $25. Bob was second. If anybody wants Big Country, that's a perfect copy for $25. I might keep that if nobody buys it. I don't have that in my collection. I really like that song, in a Big Country. Beastie Boys, The Mix-Up, $31.99. Thomas Bowman wants Sinead O'Connor. So Brian Tyler got Atrophy. Bob was second. Jared was third. Thomas Bowman gets Sinead. Beastie Boys Swiss Cheese. That's a live show from 1998. $33.99. Cake, Prolonging the Magic. Cake is $31.99. This is $34.99, and that's the Exit Papers, a soundtrack by Low. Soundtrack by Low, $34.99. Monster Magnet, Mind Effer, $44.99. That is Monster Magnet, $44.99. Monster Magnet, $41.99. And Monster Magnet, Monolithic Baby. 3 Monster Magnets there. 1, 2, 3. Can I see the pentagram? Yes, that was right in here. That is called Pentagram Home Video, $39.99. Peter, Atrophy has already sold. That was a $25 start. A lot of people wanted it, but no one bid. So it was a $25 start. Then I made it a buy it now. Brian was first, then Bob, then Jared, and then Peter was trying to bid, but that was already sold. Sherry Darnell wants the Velvet Underground documentary. That's sold to Sherry Darnell. Let me run through those one more time. Let's read these titles. If you see anything you want, just let me know. We have Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 2. Velvet Underground and Nico. Black Crowes, In the Fade soundtrack. Run the Jewels, The Muppet Movie, Kings of Leon, Run DMC. Ghost, that was David Cross, Dave Chappelle, Kevin Smith, Jeff Ross, and Dave Attell. I'm not for sure on that one. 80s Movies Collected, Sex Pistols, Guided by Voices, Iggy Pop, Smashing Pumpkins, Chris and Rich Robinson, Flight of the Conchords, Foo Fighters, White Stripes, Ministry. What am I trying? Yes, Ministry. I was about to say Moral Hygiene. That's the name of the album. Beastie Boys, Beastie Boys, Beastie Boys, Beastie Boys, Beastie Boys, Cake, Low, Monster Magnet, Monster Magnet, Monster Magnet, and Pentagram. And let me show you everything that was put up for auction tonight that has not got a bid before I start any new things. Things being records, LPs, might do some 45s. This is Big Country, $25 buy it now. Bryan Adams was a $25 buy it now. Herbie Hancock was a $55 buy it now. Beastie Boys Mix-Up for Andy Lewis. That's sold to Andy Lewis, Beastie Boys Mix-Up. And the Kevin Smith was $39.99. Silent but Deadly. Includes never before heard bonus tracks. $39.99. Smashing Pumpkins. Which Smashing Pumpkins? That was a live, unofficial, unplugged, and acoustic tracks. Unplugged and More, $19.99. That's all acoustic Smashing Pumpkins, $39.99. Tillman Smoot said he'll take the Kevin Smith. That's sold to Tillman Smoot. All right, let's do a crate of, drum roll, let's do a crate of let's do a crate of like half off. Let's do some half off records. I'll have to go to the back and get them. I think that will definitely wake everybody up. The Foo Fighters was Sonic Highways. By the way, there's multiple color variations or multiple cover variations. If you see right here is the Parthenon, which is in Nashville, not the one that's in Europe. That's the replica Parthenon that's in Nashville. They made a Nashville cover where I'm pretty sure it's just a picture of the Parthenon. That one sells for like $75 right now. So there's one for just Seattle. There's one for just New York. There's one just for Austin, Texas, and LA. There's different cover variants of this. And it just so you know, the Nashville one is very hard to find. A lot of people ask me if I have that, but we don't. It's just usually this is the one that's in print, kind of a retrospective. The Beastie Boys singles, what is the B-side? That is Too Many Rappers and Too Many Rappers. That's the A and the B side. The B side has the instrumental and the acapella, and then this is the regular song. Beastie Boys featuring Nas, Too Many Rappers. The single, acapella, and instrumental sealed $9.99. Foo Fighters is $29.99, and Fred Carnell wants the pentagram. So yeah, there's different covers of Foo Fighters, very collectible. There's a lot for the different cities. Scott Sneed wants the Velvet Underground. That's an excellent decision. Selling a few more out of here. How much was the Chris Robinson? The Chris and Rich Robinson, Brothers of a Feather, featuring Chris and Rich Robinson, the Black Crowes, live at the Roxy. That's $34.99. How much was the Muppets? The Muppets was limited edition, yellow scooter vinyl, $43.99. Sean Fairweather wants the Beastie Boys single. I'll make sure Michael Harrell doesn't want that. If Michael Harrell doesn't, then we'll pull that. And yes, the Foo Fighters, Craig Ruth, $29.99. What happened to that? Let's see. Not everybody seems too excited for half off records. Usually there's like people typing all caps. Yes, half off. Autumn Betts says she'll take the Chris and Rich Robinson. That's so to Autumn Betts. I've got more auctions to put up too, including some stuff I'm working out of our Japanese bin and anybody else. This crate will be right here behind me. Now, you'll have to give me like 30 seconds to go to the back and figure out which bin to pull from. And when I figure that out, I'll be right back with those. And then we'll probably switch back and I'll do some recapping of some stuff we showed earlier tonight. I'm getting kind of hungry too. What'd you say, Moose? That's what I thought. Okay. Michael Harrell said pass, so that does go. Did I already pull that? The Beastie Boys single? Yes, I've already pulled that. So that did go to Sean Fairweather. Okay. Let's go through a bin of half-off records. I'm going to go through these, and then I'll probably go back and do a recap of some of the stuff that I showed earlier tonight. Seems awfully early to me, but we have been through a lot. We've been through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've been through 12 bins, and I think I've just been at a faster pace tonight because we haven't had as many auctions, and we pretty much had no new vinyl. So I've been through more crates than I did last night. Then when we stopped at 11, it's already 10. So we're on a record pace of showing records. If you've been watching since 7, you've been exposed to a lot of vinyl. We've been through 12 crates. I don't know how, but that's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I guess this makes number 12 or 13. So the first record should be an instant seller. It was originally $40, so now it's $20. It's a great compilation. I'm going to be telling you the half off price. It's first come, first serve. And the first thing I'm going to do is turn back on the air conditioning. I got to get in a good, nice, cool mood to show these half off records. Tomorrow we should be having a live sale, but the question is, what kind? I say that because there's a good chance we're going to do coins and knives tomorrow. So I know Arm Lozelle is going to be watching, but there's a really high possibility we're going to do coins and knives tomorrow. So we will be live, but we haven't done a coin and knife sale once again in about a month. We got a lot of new case knives. We got a lot of new silver and currency, and we'll probably do that tomorrow. So unless something changes, we're probably going to do coins and knives tomorrow, so there won't be a record sale tomorrow. And then we'll be back Thursday with vinyl, probably with a ton of new stuff. So first is CCR Chronicle, $20. This is a 1976 David Turner Master EX condition, just $20 on CCR. We have John F. Kennedy. There he is. There he is. It's been a while. He's been hiding. There's our JFK record. Let me take a drink of water first. JFK, the presidential years. That is sold, or that is $10. This is the presidential years, $10, JFK. First to CCR is John Smetzer. That's sold to CCR. We have Brian Miller was second. JFK is $10. We have Lou Reed, the Bell, $17.50. Lou Reed is $17.50. Frida Payne, Contact. Frida is $12.99 or $12.50. Dean Martin is in mono, and he's in shrink wrap on the original label. $5 for Dean Martin. $5 on Dean Martin. TV sing-along with Mitch Miller. That's also $5. George Somers on Frida Payne. That's sold to George Somers. These are all half off. The Love album, Laney Kazan. That is $5. That's a promo. First to Dean Martin was Rich Shockley. Shane Devers was second. Carol Sloan, The Real Thing. Carol Sloan is $5. We have the Jimmy Castor bunch, Let It Out. Jimmy Castor is $8.50. Very clean vinyl. $8.50 on Jimmy Castor. Johnny Rivers, Realization. VG Plus Condition, $5. That's a UK pressing. Johnny Rivers is $5. Kirby Stone 4. Kirby Stone is VG Plus, $5. O.C. Smith, Hickory Holler Revisited, featuring Little Green Apples. VG Plus Condition on that, $5. George Somers on Jimmy Castor. That's sold to George Somers. Donovan, Open Road. VG Plus, $6 on Donovan, Open Road. Raga, this is an original soundtrack by Ravi Shankar on the Apple label, $12.50 on Raga. Michael Nath on Kaz, that was this one right here. That's sold to Michael Nath. Jackie Reynolds on JR, which was possibly something already sold. Jimmy Castor JR, not Raga, not Donovan, not O.C. Smith, not Kirby Stone. Johnny Rivers, let's sell that to Jackie Reynolds. I bet that was for Johnny Rivers. Time and Charges, the Buckinghams, $5 on the Buckinghams. Profile, the best of Emmylou Harris, $7.50 on the best of Emmylou Harris. Bruce Hornsby in the Range, Scenes from the South Side, $12.50 on Bruce Hornsby. This is not the new Dream Syndicate album live. $10 on This Is Not the New Dream Syndicate album live. I'm going to put away the Sabbath for a second. So just so everybody knows, we have Master of Reality, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, Paranoid, self-titled, and Volume 4, all in stock for $33.99. I'm going to put those away just for a second, and I'm going to remind you of our auction buy nows. Here's the only 3 auctions that did not sell tonight. Herbie Hancock's $55, Brian Adams is $25, and Big Country is $25. I'm going to put those right up there just so I can put up a couple new low starting bid auctions like Stevie Wonder, in Square Circle, and I'm going to try this copy of, let's just try this right now, Stevie Wonder in Square Circle. This is a $15 start, Stevie Wonder in Square Circle, $15 start. Near mint and pristine Japanese vinyl, Actually, I think I showed this one the other night. This is the one that has the scuffs right here on it. This is not check. This is a check condition Japanese press, and we'll call this one VG Plus /EX. It also has the booklet, Japanese insert, cover, and obi. So let's make that a $10 start. Stevie Wonder is a $10 start in square circle. First is Scotty Hype says he'll take a copy of Volume 4. I think we've sold one each of all the Black Sabbath albums we have in stock tonight, at least. Volume 4 is sold to Scotty Hops. Next comment is Bob Potato Sticks. Said he will take the Raga. That's sold to Bob. That was at half off, Tanner, so that was $12.50. Of course, Black Sabbath was sticker price. That was half off. Craig Johnson says he'll take Big Country for $25. That was an auction buy it now, so that's Craig Johnson's for $25. Brad's brain is in on Stevie Wonder. He actually bid 15, then Brian Miller bid 10, and then Brad bid 10. So technically, I guess, Brad, you are at 15, because, well, I guess you would be at, I don't know how that would work. I said $15 start, then 10, and he bid 15, then 10, but Brian bid 10 before him. So I guess we'll say Brad's brains at 15, if you're okay with that. And then Brian Miller, you said you're second, so he's good with 15. Okay, back to the half-off records. Chuck Berry, Golden Hits, VG copy, $7.50. VG $7.50, the album's in partial shrink wrap. Modern Jazz Quartet with Lorindo Almeida, collaboration. That is $10 after the half-off, $10 on Modern Jazz Quartet. Moody Blues, there they are. We're not going to go a night without some Moody Blues albums. This is $10. It has the original insert, inner sleeve with it. That is $10. We have, can I see Lou Reed again? You can. Lou Reed, The Bells. The half-off price is $17.50. Original inner sleeve, Arista label, no condition notes on the vinyl. That is $17.50. Charles Lloyd is $12.50. Charles Lloyd Waves, half-off price on Charles Lloyd is $12.50. Rod Wagner said sold on Lou Reed at half off. That's sold to Rod Wagner. Harry Chapin, Verities and Balderdash, $7.50 on Harry Chapin. Dizzy Gillespie, endlessly. Sorry, that was a tongue twister. Dizzy and Gillespie and endlessly. That is $10 after the half off. Dizzy Gillespie. Buddy Holly, a rock and roll collection. Buddy Holly is $10 after the half off. Buddy Holly, a rock and roll collection, $10. Glenn Fry, Soul Searching. Glenn Fry is $10. And we have John Kay, My Sportin' Life. John Kay of Steppenwolf, $10 for John Kay on Dunhill. So, final call on Stevie Wonder. Brad's Brain has that for $15. Brian Miller, you're out. Brad's Brain has that for $15. Final call. John Fogerty, center field. Put me in coach. Original inner sleeve, $10 on John Fogerty, center field. That is $10 on John Fogerty. Carole King, Speed and Time, $7.50 on Carole King, Speed and Time. And Still I Span is $10. Still I Span is $10. Savoy Brown, Hellbound Train. Savoy Brown is $10 after the half off. That's a gatefold, very nice copy on Parrot. Ian wants center field. That's sold to Ian. And more Hot Rocks. Somebody needs to be all over this. Half off of $54.99. Almost no ringware on the cover and very nice vinyl. More Hot Rocks. That would be $27.50. $27.50. Ian got center field. Tommy Flowers got Savoy Brown. Rich was second to Fogerty. Michael Nath first to the Stones. Craig was second. Stevie Wonder is sold for $15 to Brad's Brain. $15 on Stevie Wonder to Brad's Brain. Well, Donald Fagen, Walter Becker, and Danny Diaz. This is $20 after the half off. $20 after the half off. That's Donald Fagen, Walter Becker, and Danny Diaz. $20 on that. The Gary Mulligan Quartet is $10. That's in shrink wrap. $10 on the Gary Mulligan Quartet. CSP Press. Kelly Bagwell on Donald Fagen. Kelly Bagwell on Donald Fagen. This sold to Kelly. Yes, Harry Chapin does have Cats in the Cradle on it. Introspect. Songs of Joe South, 1968 UK. That is $10 on Introspect. Joe South, $10 on that. Major Harris, My Way. Major Harris is $7.50 for My Way. Major Harris is $7.50. And Marmalade, Reflections of My Life, is $17.50. Marmalade, Reflections of My Life, $17.50. Bob Dylan is $20 after the half off. This is a 70s reissue of his first album. It's in extremely nice condition. $20 on that. Alan Heavalone on MH. MH was Major Harris. Bob Dylan is $20. The Alan Parsons Project is $10. Alan Parsons Project is $10. Tales of Mystery and Imagination. Pat Benatar, Precious Time. Pat Benatar is $7.50. Tony Bennett, Cloud 7. This is a CSP pressing. $6.50 for Tony Bennett, Columbia Special Products. $6.50 on that. Rita Coolidge, this is Heartbreak Radio. Rita Coolidge is $7.50. Sherry Darnell wants the Bob Dylan self-titled. That's sold to Sherry Darnell. There's the Tony Bennett again. He got out of place. Carole King, 1-to-1. Carole King is $7.50. And The Carpenter's Passage. The Carpenter's Passage is $5. I'm going to read through those titles one more time. That was a 50% off bin. Just randomly we do that. There were some great records in there that shouldn't have been 50% off, but sometimes if you're watching late with us, you'll catch great deals with that. I don't consider 10 o'clock late though. Just that I think we've gone through so much. I think after about 12 crates, most people's like, all right, that's enough for me. But we've been through so much tonight already. I still got 2 crates of new arrivals we have not been through. A few more auctions, but probably what I'm going to do is go back to the beginning of the show because I see some people that wasn't on at the beginning, and we'll do a recap, and especially, we only had 1 crate of new vinyl from tonight, so let's go through this crate one more time, half off. I'm just going to read the titles. If you need a price, let me know. They are half off. John F. Kennedy, TV Sing-Along with Mitch Miller. Carol Sloan, Kirby Stone 4. O.C. Smith, Donovan, The Buckinghams, Emmylou Harris. This is not the new live Dream Syndicate album. Bruce Hornsby, Chuck Berry, Modern Jazz Quartet, Moody Blues, Charles Lloyd, Harry Chapin, Dizzy Gillespie, Jackie Wilson on The Carpenters. That's sold to Jackie Reynolds. Chuck Price. Chuck. What was Chuck? Buddy Holly, Dizzy, Chapin, Charles. It already showed. Oh, Chuck Berry. That was a VG copy, $7.50. VG $7.50, sorry. Glenn Fry, John Kay, My Sporting Life. Carole King, Speed and Time, Still I Span, Jerry Mulligan Quartet, Joe South, Marmalade, Pat Benatar, Alan Parsons Project, Rita Coolidge. We have Tony Bennett, Cloud 7. That is called Cloud 7, isn't it? Yeah, Cloud 7. And Carole King, 1-to-1. Brian Tyler said he'll take Chuck. Chuck is sold to Brian Tyler. Glenn Fry, condition on the Bennett. All the Bennett was definitely near mint. And let's see, Glenn Fry, I don't think there was any condition notes on Glenn Fry. Let me find them though. Glenn Fry was right here. Glenn Fry Soul Searching, $10 after the half off. Original inner sleeve. Yes, very nice vinyl. $10 on that Scott Williams. $10 on that Scott Williams. And he might have meant Benatar. There was also a Benatar in here. There's a Bennett and a Benatar. The Pat Benatar Precious Time is $7.50. It has the original inner sleeve as well. $7.50 on Pat Benatar Precious Time. Those are all still available. Half off. Sold about half of that bin, as we normally do. Sometimes we've sold entire bins of half off records. Sometimes I'll go pull a random, just really good batch of half off stuff, and we've sold every one of them before. We've also been through 3 bins of putbacks. All right, so that was the last crate of new vintage stuff. I think here was the second to last new crate of vintage stuff. Let me set that there. Let me put these behind it, which will be the second most recent batch, which is this stuff and this stuff. And there's an empty crate. That's what we like to see. Here's this may be, yeah, that was the second crate of vintage, and I think right here was the first crate of vintage we showed. Definitely looks like it. So let me put these together. So we go back in time to the first crate of new vintage we showed, but not before the first crate of new stuff we showed. The first crate of new stuff we showed is right here. So all the new vinyl we got in for tonight literally new unboxed stuff is right here. Darren Davis said he will take the Benatar. Alan Parsons was $10 after the half off. $10 on the half off for Pat Benatar. And let me find that. That was right here. Still got the Glenn Fry, Benatar, and whatever else was asked about. They're still in there. This sold to Darren Davis at half off. John Ambrosic said he'll take the Alan Parsons. Recap for the rest of the night. You never know. Jeff, you don't need to sign off, do you? You never know. We might do a recap, then a half off bin, then a recap bin. This is Alan Parsons' project. So to John Ambrosic. New vinyl from tonight. I think it's just 4 records. We have Taylor Swift, Speak Now, Taylor's version, $49.99. Purple vinyl, $49.99. Queens of the Stone Age, in Times New Roman, limited edition silver vinyl. Like I said, it's been tough to get on any kind of colored vinyl. That is silver vinyl in Times New Roman. I wasn't expecting to get those. Dio Holy Diver, $44.99. Tool Undertow, $33.99. And 3-6 Mafia, The End. That's really it. $44.99 on 3-6 Mafia, Tool, Dio, Queens of Stone Age, and Taylor Swift. Rebecca Barber wants Dio, Holy Diver. If anybody else wants one, let me know. More Japanese auctions. I think I got a few more. Most of the stuff I'm showing is ones I don't think we've put up. They just kind of needed some processing. But I'll show what we have left. There's the half off bin. And let's see here. I think I do have an Eagles and of course Asia. Wouldn't be a Japanese auction night without some Asia and some Eagles. Queens of Stone Age was $46.99. That's on silver vinyl. That was a pretty big pre-order for green vinyl, and I never was able to get all that I ordered. And then silver vinyl was the next best thing I could get. I think I got 2 copies of red for the next people in line, and Joshua gets a Tool Undertow. That's so to Joshua. Thank you. I need to order more copies of Undertow now. So let's go back through that first bin of vintage that we showed tonight, which was right here. And what I'll do is I'll entertain fair offers on these. So fair offers on anything that's in here tonight. So if you see something you want, you can claim it, or you can make a, as I always say, a fair offer. These are new arrivals, and then we just priced these for tonight's show. Let me show you the Japanese auctions first. We have Eagles, the Long Run. Eagles, the Long Run is a near mint and pristine Japanese copy of the Eagles, the Long Run. Yes, not a mark on the vinyl. Your typical, very nice Japanese quality copy of Eagles, the Long Run. We have a 2-page Japanese flip. 2-page Japanese flip there, and a really nice cover, especially for this album with Obi. $25 start on the Long Run by the Eagles. The Long Run by the Eagles. And then we have Alpha by Asia. Alpha is a near mint and pristine Japanese pressing. Alpha by Asia. It has this inner sleeve with it. A little bit of foxing on the paper. A little bit of foxing also on the inner sleeve. Nothing much wrong with the cover. $15 start on that. $15 start on that. All right, so we have left from tonight Jimmy Smith, Respect. Jimmy Smith is VG Plus, $14.99. Jimmy Smith, Respect, VG Plus condition, $14.99. Madonna, Angel. Madonna is a VG copy for $9.99. Madonna, Angel. The Turtles, Happy Together. The Turtles is a VG Plus for $14.99. Boston, self-titled. That was on the original label, VG condition, $14.99. Boston's on the orange Epic label OG, VG $14.99. Ray Charles, True to Life. Ray Charles is a VG Plus, $14.99. Leslie Holt's first on Madonna. That's so to Leslie Holt. Teenage Guitars goes Civil War. That's Gloria Kennedy and her 3 electric guitars. EX condition, $59.99. EX, $59.99. Teenage Guitars. Head East, Flat as a Pancake. And like I said, this has their hit song, Never Been Any Reason. VG condition, $9.99. Hamilton Camp, Here's to You. Hamilton Camp is EX, $19.99. Chad and Jeremy, Distant Shores. Chad and Jeremy is a VG Plus, $9.99. Arthur Conley, Soul Directions. Arthur Conley is EX, $24.99 for Arthur Conley. Includes the big hit Funky Street. Arthur Conley, Coming of Age, the 5-man electrical band. VG Plus, $19.99 for 5-man electrical band. And introducing the Beau Brummels, a VG copy, $14.99. Introducing the Beau Brummels, that's VG, $14.99. Bob Dylan, Slow Train Coming, EX condition, $32.99 for Bob Dylan, Slow Train Coming. And Don Convey, Super Dude 1, VG Plus, $19.99. Don Convey, Super Dude 1, VG Plus condition, $19.99. Zachariah soundtrack is VG, $9.99. We also have Caribou by Elton John, VG Plus, $17.99. Traffic, Welcome to the Canteen is VG Plus, $14.99. Marshall Tucker Band, Carolina Dreams, VG Plus, $17.99 for Marshall Tucker, Carolina Dreams. Heard it in the love songs on there. Carole King, Rhymes and Reasons is VG Plus, $9.99 for Carole King, Rhymes and Reasons. VG Plus, $9.99. Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks, VG Plus, $24.99. Dylan has the song Tangled Up in Blue on it. Bob Dylan. ELO's Greatest Hits, VG Plus, $14.99 for ELO's Greatest Hits. It does have some cover damage along the top. Great track listing on that one, though. ELO's Greatest Hits. The Go-Go's Vacation, EX condition, $17.99 on the Go-Go's Vacation. And Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? That's a 2015 pressing on green vinyl. 2015 pressing, green vinyl on that one, $44.99. All right, if anybody wants the Eagles, The Long Run, that's a $25 buy it now on Eagles The Long Run. That's a super nice Japanese pressing. Just a $25 buy it now on that. $25 buy it now on Eagles The Long Run. Somebody needs to be all over that. Late night deal. And Alpha by Asia, that's also a that is a $15 buy it now. Alpha Asia, $15 on that. $15 buy it now on that. First is Rich Shockley, offer $12 on ELO. Sell that to Rich Shockley for $12. Jeff H gets the Eagles for $25. I'll lay that in the auction pile. That's sold to Jeff H for $25. Scott, you were second. Asia is sold to Rich Shockley for $15. So both of those are sold. Next is Chris DiLorenzo. We're going to sell him Marvin Gaye for $36. That's sold to Chris DiLorenzo for $36. Tawana, I will sell you Traffic for $10. That's VG Plus. We'll sell that to Tawana for $10. We have Sunny Chris, Warm and Sunny, $9.99. This is All Day Thumbsucker. This is a label. Blue Thumb is the label. Some of their artists is Albert Collins, Icantina, T-Rex, and that is $19.99 for that. $19.99 for that. Darren Davis said $13 on the Go-Go. Sell that to Darren Davis for $13. Thanks, everybody, for making offers and buying. I'm in the selling mode right now. Fairport Convention, a movable feast, $19.99, as long as they're fair offers. Fairport Convention, $19.99. Sirius Coleman Hawkins, that's $19.99. And an Image, Lee Konitz. An Image is $29.99. Bill Withers, I don't have any OG Bill Withers. We auctioned one last night. I had a new Bill Withers, his greatest hits, a MoFi pressing, which is incredible, if anybody's interested in that. Okay, the other night we had a few Japanese, like, blowouts for $19.99. We sold like an entire crate of Japanese vinyl for $19.99. I've got 3 that are $9.99. I got 3 Japanese buy it nows that are $9.99. That's here in this crate. The first one is called Lonely Heart Creation. Lonely Heart Creation. That is $9.99. The KBC band, which is several members of Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson Starship, KBC band, $9.99. And Country Gazette, Out to Lunch. Those 3 are all $9.99. That was Lonely Heart, KBC, is sold to Sherry Darnell. That's $9.99. Country Gazette and Lonely Heart Creation. Preston Rose wants Country Gazette for $9.99. This looks like, is this a Japanese band, Lonely Heart? This actually may be a Japanese band, Lonely Heart Creation. That's $9.99. Jeff H., you were second on KBC. All right, and so left in this bin, that is Japanese stuff. Let's see what we have here. We might just, we got one more auction, which is Led Zeppelin. Bill Withers' greatest hits is $49.99. It is a MoFi pressing, $49.99. Lonely Hearts, $9.99. Let's see. So that just leaves Herbie Hancock. I was wanting $55 for that. That's pretty firm because when we sold it at auction, it brought more than that. Bryan Adams was a $25 buy it now. $25 buy it now on that. Let's do a Led Zeppelin. Song Remains the Same. Might get a late night deal on this one. Let me take a look at the vinyl. This is Led Zeppelin, Song Remains the Same. I see one little scuff there on side one. Looks like it will not affect playback whatsoever. That's LP1. LP2, very clean. Side 3 and side 4 also very nice. So there is Song Remains the Same, LP1, LP2. There's the original lyric insert. Also, gatefold. It's supposed to. Let me see if it's in here. It's supposed to have a book with it. This one don't have a book. Actually, it's weird. I don't see usually the book is inside of the cover like it's stapled, even the Japanese pressings, and I don't see it loose either. So that's pretty interesting. Very clean cover. And here's the obi. It is loose. It's not ripped. It's not torn. It just needs to be put back on the cover, which sometimes is a challenge. Sometimes it can be a challenge. You can do it. You might even have to disconnect it and then put it back on there. If you put it in a sleeve, it will look like it's actually on there. But it does have the obi. It does have the insert. It don't have a book with it. This is going to be a deal of a starting bid. $35. The Song Remains the Same. I think y'all have seen, we've sold these before for twice that. Sometimes, if they're really, really nice, 3 times that. $35 start on Led Zeppelin and Song Remains the Same. Now, I think these other records here came from Japan, but they were U.S. or other country imports. And we'll start first with the Rolling Stones Some Girls in shrink wrap. And yeah, this did come from Japan, and I think you know what that means. It is perfect. They take very good care of their stuff. This is a vintage copy of the Rolling Stones Some Girls in shrink wrap with hop sticker. Contains the hit single Miss You. It does have the colored out faces. $45 start. $45 start on the Rolling Stones Some Girls. So $35 on Led Zeppelin and $45 on the Rolling Stones. And also on deck is David Bowie Lodger, the band Last Waltz, and the band Stage Fright. So we'll show those in just a second. $45 and $35 starts on those. This is perfect. This is very nice. It's near perfect on Led Zeppelin. So there's some late night, I consider those deals. Nat King Cole, just one of those things. Nat King Cole is $9.99. Bing Crosby, Seasons. Bing Crosby is $9.99. Quiet Village, Martin Denny. Martin Denny is $9.99. The Who, Magic Bus and My Generation, $39.99. That's a 2-in-1 pack. The Who, Magic Bus and My Generation. Poll winners, Barney Kessel, Shelly Mann, and Ray Brown, $34.99. If you're just joining us, we're in a recap bin. First crate of the night. This is all buy it now, best offer stuff. We do have a bid on Led Zeppelin for $35, and we're looking for a $45 start on the Stones. Rachel or Rachel 2, I hadn't figured that one out yet. $19.99 on that one. Les McCann, LTD, Plays the Truth. Les McCann, $19.99. Got several jazz records in here. Bob Prescott Presents Cartoons in Stereo. Bob Prescott is $14.99. Elvis, Burning Love, $9.99 on Elvis, Burning Love. Windmills of Your Mind, Bud Shank, that is $9.99. Isley's Greatest Hits is $22.99. The Isley's Greatest Hits in shrink wrap. Surprised no one bought that. Never seen that one before. Nice copy too in shrink wrap. Grand Funk, we're an American band. It has some writing on the cover. It's torn there. It does have stickers. It's black vinyl, $24.99. Final call on Led Zeppelin for a $35 bid. Jeff H. is in at $35. We're looking for more than $35. Cleopatra soundtrack, $14.99 for Cleopatra. That's $14.99. And Kataro, Astral Voyage, that is $19.99. Chris Farrar wants Martin Denny, Quiet Village. That is right here. That's sold to Martin. That's sold to Chris Farrar. Songs on the Isleys. The Isleys has It's Your Thing, Pop That Thing, Love the One You're With, Shout, I Know You've Been Socking It Too, Keep On Doing, Freedom, I Turned You On, Get Into Something, Vacuum Cleaner, Lay Away, Brother, Brother, Work to Do, and Spill the Wine. That's $22.99. Led Zeppelin was at 35. Now it's at 36 and 37 with 3 different bidders. 37 with John Ambrosic. Jimmy Smith, any number can win. Jimmy Smith is $24.99. G.E. Smith, Into the World, $19.99. Todd said he'd give 20 on Grand Funk. That sold to Todd Tipton for 20. Cleopatra was $14.99, Patty Williams. $14.99 on the Cleopatra soundtrack. $14.99. Spencer Davis and Peter Jameson, It's Been So Long. $14.99 on Spencer Davis. John Entwistle. For promotional use only, this was a 12-inch single. Too Late the Hero and Dancing Master. $9.99 on John Entwistle. Ohio Players Mr. Mean is $19.99. Sell Patty Williams the Cleopatra for $10. That's sold to Patty Williams. We have John Prine. Prine, the best of John Prine, $49.99. And Michael Nesbitt, the Infinite Rider on the Big Dogma. Michael Nesbitt is $19.99. All right, I need to hear from somebody. I need to hear from John Ambrosic, and I need to hear from Jeff H. Let me know if you're in or out on Led Zeppelin, because Nick Bargeron has that for $38. If you're still bidding, you can bid. If you're done bidding, please say out. And if anybody wants the Rolling Stones, it's a $45 buy it now. The Rolling Stones Some Girls, $45 buy it now. Now, this is a U.S. pressing in shrink wrap and hop sticker, but it came from Japan. It's super nice. That's $45 buy it now. $45 buy it now on that. John Prine is OG. Yes, that's OG John Prine. Prine. It's a 76 Richmond press. $49.99. $49.99 on that. Yes. So still, we got a new bidder on Led Zeppelin. Michael Nath is in at $41. That's a nice copy just to be at $41 on Led Zeppelin. And somebody missed the boat here on Some Girls. I'll put that in the no bids. Now, in that stack, I did have a few more. Let's try David Bowie Lodger. I think this was, let me determine the pressing. This come from Japan, but it is a French, let me figure out what we have here exactly. German. This is a German pressing of David Bowie Lodger, and this will be a $35 start. David Bowie Lodger, RCA International, $35 start on that. Very nice copy. Plus, it's German, and I think if you're going to non-audiophile, so unless it's like super vinyl from MoFi or Analog Productions, probably your next best sounding records are going to come from Japan, and then most people say Germany. And then, but that's up for debate. It could be various for different pressings, but Germans are very nice. German pressings sound very good. $35 start on David Bowie Lodger. Jesse said he'd give $40 for the Stones. Let's go ahead and sell that. Jesse Hood, you get the Stones for $40. Out on Led Zeppelin and out on Led Zeppelin with Michael Nath and Nick and John Ambrosic. So it looks like it's between Darren Davis and Jeff H. Jeff H has the Led Zeppelin for $45. We're looking for a $35 start on David Bowie Lodger. This was the first crate of vintage from tonight. This was a recap. So final call. The Isley Brothers was $22.99, Sherry. $22.99 on the Isley Brothers. Here's what's left in here. Darren's also out. So Jeff H has Led Zeppelin for $45. Final call. We have John Prine, Michael Nesbitt, the Ohio Players, John Entwistle, Spencer Davis, G.E. Smith, Jimmy Smith, Kataro, Bud Shank, Elvis, Bob Prescott, Les McCann, Rachel, Barney Kessel, Shelly Mann, The Who, Bing Crosby, Nat King Cole, Lee Konitz, Coleman Hawkins, Fairport Convention, All Day Thumbsucker, Sonny Chris, Bob Dylan, Carole King, Marshall Tucker, Elton John, Zachariah, Don Convey, Bob Dylan, Bo Brummels, Five-Man Electrical Band, Arthur Conley, Chad and Jeremy, Hamilton Camp, Head East, Teenage Guitars, Gloria Kennedy, Ray Charles, Boston, The Turtles, and Jimmy Smith. Do I have mystery boxes available? Yes and no. I sold one last night. We are actually still in the process of making them. That might be a reason I need to sign off early tonight. We sold now 67 of those, and I think I've only made one because that was a pickup, and I think Doug will probably start shipping them tomorrow, right? Doug will start shipping them tomorrow, so I probably need to start making those. I've got them all sorted. John's got the rest of them, but yes, I can sell you one. We've got unlimited amount, so we can make 45 mystery boxes all day. I have unlimited amount, so Steve Carmichael wants the Bruce Hornsby from the last half off bin. I've got that right here. Bruce Hornsby for Steve Carmichael. Let me find that for him. That is still available, isn't it? Yep. This is sold to Steve Carmichael for $12.50. That was the half off price. Sherry says Turtles, Ray Charles, and Isleys for $44. Let's sell that to Sherry. That's the Turtles, Ray Charles, and Isleys for $44. Sherry, those are sold to you. Let's go ahead and sell Led Zeppelin. Let's sell Led Zeppelin to Jeff H. Jeff H., you get that for $45. David Bowie. Romelu, I'm going to read you the songs on this. If you want it, it's $35. And if anybody else wants it, go ahead and say you want to buy it now in case he passes. This is a $35 buy it now on David Bowie Lodger. It's a near mint German pressing we got from Japan. We have DJ, Look Back in Anger, Boys Keep Swinging, Repetition, and Red Money. Two singles off the front there is DJ and Boys Keep Swinging, both co-written by Brian Eno. Fantastic Voyage, African Night Flight, Move On, Yassassin, and Red Sails. That's a $35 buy now. Romelu, very nice copy. You can have that, or if he passes, anybody else. Put down Bit and Bragg for 2 mystery boxes. So far, we've sold 3 this week for this cycle. John Young got 1 last night, and Bit and Bragg is taking 2 now. I'm going to hold off on these band records unless anybody's interested. I'll probably just show those tomorrow for either auction or they'll be in a buy it now bin. Romelu said he'll take David Bowie. Maybe I should show those other ones. Let me see what else I want to do. Mace, we can either stop there or I might show a quick bin of something else very quickly. What's in this bin right here? I see Bob Dylan up front. Might be a nice bin here to do a buy it now best offer on. Let's see here. I see this stuff was shown pretty recently, but I don't know if I took offers on them or not. So let's go through this little bin of vintage right here very quickly. We'll do a buy it now best offer. I don't have any half off up here. I'd have to walk all the way to the back, Sean. All the way to the back. I think I've wiped out the stuff I didn't price though. I'm going to put 2 band records up for auction at the same time. $35 on that. $35 on that. I'm going to show 2 band auctions. So if you want to bid on these, please put Stage Fright or Last Waltz. Stage Fright was a U.S. pressing from Japan, so it's perfect. It's probably been stored in an anti-static or probably its entire life. And oh yeah, this is the one. Oh, very cool. This has the sleeve on it too. We had one the other night that had this on it, and I was like, oh man. So a little bonus here. It has the like obi almost, which covers up the back with a picture of the band. $25 start on that. That's the Stage Fright album, so please put Stage Fright or SF if you want to bid on that. And then the band, The Last Waltz. This also came from Japan. Beautiful cover. This is also a U.S. pressing. Look how nice. Very well taken care of. This is a $35 start. It's a triple LP. They're pristine. Like I said, they're U.S., and then we got them from Japan. So they were probably Japanese imports to Japan originally, and then we imported them back here. All 3 original inner sleeves, near mint. It has the book. Oh, this actually may be a Japanese pressing. This may be a Japanese pressing, no obi. The label may have fooled me. Let me take a look at it again. This says, all rights reserved, manufactured. This is a Japanese pressing, no obi. This is a Japanese pressing, no obi. The back was, really don't have any mention of Japan on the back of the cover. So this is a Japanese pressing, no obi, that's pristine. Yeah, so this is Japanese. I correct myself. It also has the booklet, and then there's the Japanese lyric insert. So Japanese, no obi there. So $35 start on the band, Last Waltz, Japanese, no obi. That makes me want to look at this one more time then. Let me look at this one more time. This is manufactured by Capitol Records, subsidiary, Capitol, all rights, non-applicable. I don't actually see something that says U.S., manufactured by Capitol. Let me check the cover. This one's tricky as well. Let's see here. Manufactured, Scranton. This is U.S. This is U.S. So that's for sure U.S. near mint. And the Last Waltz is Japanese. No obi, but it's pristine with all 3 inner sleeves, Japanese insert and book. Last Waltz is a $35 start, and we have 2 bids, David Polkey and Todd Tipton. David Polkey and Todd Tipton. Let's go through that crate I was just talking about, which is right here. Let's go through this one. I'll make this a buy it now, best offer. Is that a Japanese pressing no obi? The Last Waltz is a Japanese pressing no obi. The Stage Fright is a U.S. pressing that we got from Japan, and it also has, it kind of has a U.S. obi with it. It has this flip cover that covered it up. So, Pearl Jam, yeah, that's over here in the Pearl Jam bin. We'll grab one of each. We have most of them over there. Should be a whole bin full of them. Okay, so let's see what we have in here. Buy it now, best offer. Don't hesitate to make an offer. Don't hesitate to buy it if you want it. Early Steppenwolf, $29.99. Early Steppenwolf, $29.99. The Almond Brothers, brothers and sisters. Yeah, this was one night. I was like, how hasn't this thing sold? I probably won't discount this. This is $26.99, a near mint copy of Brothers and Sisters, $26.99. Mick Ronson, Play Don't Worry. Mick Ronson is $19.99. Another Donald Fagen, Walter Becker, and Denny Diaz. We didn't get these too often, and now they're everywhere. We just had one earlier. This has got the original inner sleeve with it, near mint minus vinyl, $39.99 on Donald Fagen. Wilf Carter, Montana Slim, and all-time favorites, $9.99. So I need to hear from Todd Tipton and Rami Lou if you're in or out on the Last Waltz. David Polkey's at $35 on that. That's going once, going twice. And if anybody wants to bid on the Stage Fright album, it's $25. Scott Smith in on DG, which is, that was Donald, I'm not for sure. Scott is going to let me know. Wild in the Streets soundtrack. Wild in the Streets is $14.99. He said never mind. Mahalia Jackson's Greatest Hits is $9.99. Thomas is at $25 on Stage Fright. Country Music Hits by Country Music Stars, $14.99. Al Di Meola, Celio y Terra. Al Di Meola is $9.99. And Tommy Steele, Everything's Coming Up Broadway. Tommy Steele, $9.99. Robert Ely, this is Robert Ely with the Juke Jumpers, Bluebird Open. Bluebird Open, $19.99. Final Call on Last Waltz for $35 and Final Call on Stage Fright for $25. Here's what we have in stock with Pearl Jam. Binaural, $41.99, cut by Bob Ludwig. Rearview Mirror, Greatest Hits, 91 to 2003, Volume 1, $39.99. Rearview Mirror, Greatest Hits, Volume 2, $39.99. No Code is $37.99. And we also have, I was about to say, I think there's a few more. Versus is $34.99. 10 is $28.99. Lightning Bolt, $44.99. Yield is $34.99. Vitology is $41.99. And also, I don't have it, but we do have somewhere Unplugged, which is an unofficial red vinyl, but it's a great unofficial on red vinyl, $39.99 if anybody wants an Unplugged. Even if we don't have it on hand, I can get more. Sherry's in on the Last Waltz at $38. Todd's at $40. So we're about to sell Stage Fright, though. These are all buy it now best offer. K-Tail, Good Times in Country Music by K-Tail, and it's sealed, $14.99. We have Woodstock 2. Woodstock is $39.99. That's Volume 2 on Woodstock. The History of British Rock, Volume 2. Look, Van Morrison, Brown Eyed Girl. That's been asked about almost every night. Cream, Sunshine of Your Love. That's a white label promo, too. History of British Rock, Volume 2, $26.99. Knit Zinger. Knit Zinger is $19.99. The Sound of Bluegrass. That is sealed, $19.99. Sherry Darnell wants British Rock. Todd's at $40 on the Last Waltz. Sherry says she's out, so final call on that. And Stage Fright is sold. Let me go ahead and sell that. Thomas Hujar gets Stage Fright for $25. And Last Waltz is on its last lap. And I need to make sure David Polkey is done too. And he says he's out. So that's about to be sold for $40 to Todd Tipton. Trio Music, Chick Corea, Miroslav Vitus, and Roy Haynes. $26.99 on Trio Music. Love Never Fails, Greg Ken Band. That's $9.99. The Poppers, Ellis Island in shrink wrap. $29.99 on the Poppers. James Talley, Blackjack Choir, $19.99. Sherry Darnell wants the Almond Brothers, Brothers and Sisters Great decision. And Paul Gill wants Bluegrass, Sound of Bluegrass. That's sold to Paul Gill. Julian Lennon, Stick Around, special remix version. That's a 12-inch single, $9.99 for Julian Lennon. That's John's son, if you didn't know that. Bob Dylan, Empire Burlesque. That's EX condition. The cover's in shrink wrap with this original inner sleeve. $29.99 on Dylan, Bob Dylan. Nas, VG copy. That is on the original SGC label with Todd Rundgren. I think that's Todd. VG copy, $19.99. Boogaloo Down Broadway, the fantastic Johnny C, VG Plus, $19.99. And the Eagles, One of These Nights. The cover's in partial shrink wrap, original inner sleeve, and the vinyl is VG Plus, $24.99. The Last Waltz is sold to Todd Tipton for $40. And that means we got to sell these here. Actually, I'm not in a hurry to sell I'm not in a hurry to sell Herbie Hancock, but I will show it one more time. This was a non-payment that didn't sell at auction. I priced it for less than what it originally sold for, which was $55. And it is an OG. It is an OG Pittman press, $55 buy it now. If not, that might go into a hot picture for a future auction, and we'll resell it again. But that's a 73 Pittman, $55 buy it now. That's a pretty firm price. And then if anybody wants to make an offer on Bryan Adams, that was a $25 buy it now, Into the Fire. And here is one of the last stray Japanese pressings, which is Lonely Heart Creation. And that was $9.99. That was pretty much the only other special stuff I had laid off to the side. Let's sell Nick Bargeron, the Eagles, for $19.99. Grin is VG Plus $14.99. Grin is VG Plus $14.99. Walking Down the Line. This is a Bob Dylan unofficial. VG Plus $29.99. Walking Down the Line. VG Plus $29.99. Goodbye by Cream. VG Plus condition, $24.99. That's Cream's last album, Gatefold. That's the first label. Roxy Music's Greatest Hits. Roxy Music Greatest Hits. VG copy, $12.99 for Roxy Music's Greatest Hits. Deep Purple is VG Plus, $19.99 on Deep Purple. Billy Joel, the Piano Man. No barcode. Looks like it's an OG. EX condition, $17.99. EX $17.99. What's in our Slayer crates? Tanner just took off to check the S bins. I've also got over here Divine Intervention and South of Heaven. And last night I ordered 3 copies of Rain in Blood. Rain in Blood is 33 or 30, I think it's $33.99. Divine Intervention is $34.99. And South of Heaven is $36.99. This is Seasons in Abyss. Seasons in the Abyss, $36.99. And then Live Undead is blue and black split vinyl, $36.99 for Live Undead. I think that's the bulk of our Slayer. If anybody's into Slipknot, I have all their albums in stock. I haven't been able to say that for a long time. I have all their albums in stock. Rich Shockley is a Billy Joel for $14. Let's sell that to Rich Shockley for $14. Deftones. I don't think I have much. I don't think I have anything. I don't think I have anything by the Deftones, Craig. That's probably somebody I need to restock, right? Probably, definitely need to restock that. Do you have 9.9 live on vinyl? I do not. Alan Parsons Project Eve, VG Plus $14.99. Court and Spark, VG $9.99. That's Joni Mitchell, Court and Spark, VG $9.99. The Greatest Hits of Gary U.S. Bonds, VG Plus $19.99. The Beatles at the Hollywood Bowl, VG Plus $24.99. The Beatles at the Hollywood Bowl. Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Animal, EX condition, $24.99. Focus, Stan Getz. Focus, Stan Getz. That's VG Plus $19.99. VG Plus $19.99. That's a live Slipknot album. I don't have that. I don't think there's anything live by Slipknot in stock or available in print, just their studio albums. Joni Mitchell, Don Juan's Reckless Daughters, VG Plus $14.99. And Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits Volume 2, VG Plus condition, $29.99. Do you know if Monster Magnet Power Trip is available? I think we sold one tonight. But I think it's in stock. Yes, if you're interested in any Monster Magnet, I can get those for you. All right. Will there be any last request? The show has come to an end until tomorrow. at 7 o'clock Central Time. Like I said, we're either going to be doing records tomorrow or coins and knives. So we will be live tomorrow around 7 or 8 o'clock, but it will be either knives and coins or a record show. So if you have any last requests, especially on new vinyl, let me know. Tori Amos will be here tomorrow. I think I ordered 2 albums. The only thing that was really, I thought was interesting. The cat price. What was the cat? What's the Dylan going for? And we had another question, Paul Simon Graceland. Of course, questions, when I say final call, you can bet there's going to be some questions come in. The first is, do you have Paul Simon Graceland? Yes, Paul Simon Graceland should be, it's right here behind me. I do have it. I can reach for it right now. That is $34.99. I love questions because that means we're about to sell some more records. Do you still have Paul Simon Graceland? Rich, that's $34.99. Craig Johnson offered $20.43 for Bryan Adams. Sold, $21. Craig Johnson gets Bryan Adams for $21. I'll put that there. No takers on the Slayer or Pearl Jam albums. Usually it's easier for you to ask me what Slayer albums you're looking for or what Pearl Jam albums you're looking for. Because most of the time with new vinyl, we get asked about stuff that's not in print, has never been made on vinyl, or that is long out of print or out of stock, which I guess is the same thing as the first thing. So next was, what's the Dylan going for? That's VG Plus $29.99. We have no Scorpion albums, vintage Scorpion albums in stock, none. Hard to get. 80s metal, name your artist. Dave Plunkett wants Jimmy Smith. That was the cat, Jimmy Smith. Was that in here or was that in the last bin? We had an album tonight called Jimmy Smith, the cat, right? So that was sold for $21. Rich Shockley said he'll take that. I have no Jawbreaker. Coverdale Page. That's Coverdale Page live studio broadcast. I asked about the $9.99. I have no idea what this is. Lonely Heart Creation. I have no idea what this is. Lonely Heart Creation. It is $9.99. Sherry, this looks like a good record to take a chance on. Lonely Heart is $9.99. Creation. $9.99. Joshua said Slayer. Did you claim some? I didn't see any Slayer claims. We had Live Undead, Seasons in the Abyss, Divine Intervention, South of Heaven, and we got Rain and Blood that will be here tomorrow. Sherry Darnell says she'll take this for $9.99. You didn't get packed to it. Okay, so that was in a vintage bin from tonight. So Jimmy Smith the cat. Let me figure out where that is. I bet I can find it pretty quick. Jimmy Smith the cat. I think I know where it is. I think I'm getting closer. I think I'm getting real close. I've got to be getting close, and it's not where I thought it was. Let me start back from the beginning. Let's see. There's Jimmy Smith, the boss. And I thought, yeah, there's Jimmy Smith, the cat. Jimmy Smith, the cat is in shrink wrap. Super nice copy, $29.99. Jimmy Smith, the cat, $29.99. Joshua does want some Slayer. Sherry Martell, not Sherry Darnell, Tanner. My bad. Sherry Martell on that one. Sherry Martell, not Sherry Darnell. Wow, those are close. I got to be careful with that. Sell this to Dave Plunkett for $25. And Joshua wants Divine Intervention, South of Heaven, and Rain and Blood. So put him on a waiting list for Rain and Blood. Put him on a waiting list for Rain and Blood because we don't have that one yet. But we do have Divine Intervention, and we do have South of Heaven right here. So those are sold to Joshua. Joshua, thanks for asking and thanks for buying. Sorry, I must have missed your original claims. Eric Clapton Unplugged will be in this week. Yes. Live Undead and Season in the Abyss. And like I said, there'll be a couple more extra Rain and Bloods be here tonight. Scott Williams, which Iron Maidens are you looking for? Because I've got like 7 in stock. If you can name one, I bet I can find it for you. Steven said 15 on Piano Man. I think that might have already been sold. I think somebody already bought Piano Man, and I think I sold it already. Yes, I think I sold Piano Man already, Steven. We had Bob Dylan. Somebody asked about this. It's VG Plus, $29.99. Joni Mitchell, Stan Getz, Lou Reed, The Beatles, Gary U.S. Bonds, Joni Mitchell, Alan Parsons, Deep Purple, Roxy Music, Cream. Bob Dylan, Unofficial, Grin, Fantastic Johnny C., Naz, Bob Dylan, Julian Lennon, James Talley, The Poppers, Greg Ken Band, Trio Music, Nit Zinger, Woodstock, 24 Original Hits, Country Music, Robert Ely, Tommy Steele, Al D. Miola, Country Music Hits, Mahalia Jackson, Wild in the Streets, Montana Slim, Donald Fagen, Walter Becker, Mick Ronson, and Steppenwolf. All right, job interview tomorrow. Good luck, Rich Shockley. I hope you get it with a majorly high salary so you can buy lots more records. So good luck. Starting pay, $16 million salary. That's what Seth makes. But I fire him every day, so he don't ever get that paycheck. Right, Seth? He's nodding his head yes. Okay. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock with either Coins and Knives or records. So that's only OG. I will rarely, let me rephrase that. I will never have Iron Maiden records in stock in a bin. So I will have them. They'll be sold at auction, but there's just no Iron Maiden records casually laying around. That has never happened before. If we've had an Iron Maiden record, it has sold immediately or sold at auction. So just be on the lookout for our auctions. If there's ever a stray Iron Maiden record laying around in a bin, then something is wrong, right, Tanner? There is something wrong. So that will never happen. But they'll be sold at auction whenever we get them in. Thanks, everybody. We will be back tomorrow, like I said, at 7. I'm about to eat some supper, pretty much my first meal of the day. And I'll see you then, 7 o'clock. Thanks for watching.